Hello?
Listen, it's Thomas. Mom's in trouble. She's in an ambulance.
Trapped in Fromily, where nightmares collide. Monsters in the shadows, nowhere to hide. Lighthouse flickers, visions in the dark. Every step forward, another ripped apart. Street filled with whispers, eyes always peek. Nightmares descend, sanity's on a streak. Doors creak open, shadows start to move. Town's got a rhythm, every step's a groove. Fromily nights, monsters out to feed. Trapped in visions, fear plants the seed. Lighthouse calls, but escape's a myth. Nightmares wrap around on an endless drift. Screams echo through the misty air. Every corner turned, you find despair. Hope is a phantom, trapped in the gloom. Monsters own the night, sealing your doom. Town's got secrets, buried underground. Every lost soul, here they are found. Cursed by the darkness, can't break free. Vision after vision, haunting memories. Fromily nights, monsters out to feed. Trapped in visions, fear plants the seed. Lighthouse calls, but escape's a myth. Nightmares wrap around on an endless drift.
What ambulance?
You see, she's on her way. You have to help her. You can't be afraid.
Who is this?
I told you, it's Thomas.
Who is this really?
What is this?
Guns all night, monsters out to feed. Trapped in visions, fear plants the seed. Lighthouse calls, but escape's a myth. Nightmares wrap around on an endless drift.
Why are we in here?
Because it's a fort.
Why do you need me?
Because I don't want to do this alone. I'm gonna have to remember some scary things. You're the scariest person here, so it won't scare you.
And welcome everybody to another one of our new sort of streams, the Fromily Song Creation Campfire Hangouts, where you guys get to help us create some songs, as well as we're going to kind of talk a little bit about the episode in between. So we'll kind of go between using the CapCut for the video editing, and Dana's got some screenshots so we can hang out and talk some From while we make our song. Well, song is made, it's onto the video stage. So much fun, Dana. I can't wait. But welcome to Miss Dana Marie, my bestie and the best co-host around. How you doing tonight?
Much better. Thank you. Now that I'm not coughing up a lung, I'm doing much better.
Yay! She has been healed-ish. Better.
A
little bit.
That cough medicine works wonders.
It does. Put you out.
It
And
knocked
also-
me out.
Yeah, I know, right? And also joining us tonight again, welcome as always to Baby Clay Media and Reaction. How are you doing tonight, hun?
What's going on, y'all? Thank y'all for having me. I'm doing good. I can't wait to talk about From, because, boy, I was telling my girlfriend earlier, I don't think I can get From out of my mind.
I know, right?
Like, I could talk about From for like
you in the
14
Lost
hours out of the
Channel.
day. I think I got a problem.
I peeped you in the Lost Channel, putting your little theories up in there. I peeped you.
You want to know what that is? You want to know why I did that? I was, like I said, me and my girlfriend was watching Lost earlier.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, yo, it's crazy. I was on the episode where Shannon saw Walt, but he wasn't dead. And I was like, yo, I could talk about this shit all day. And then it's like, bro, you Lost is probably one of the greatest. I still to this day, I think Lost is top 5 greatest show of all time. Top 5. If it's not on your top 5, you missing out on something. I could talk about From all day too. Like Jesus, well, I
There
hope
you go.
everybody doing good.
And that's why you're officially one of us.
The Fromily grows every
That is
day, and this
part
show
of the
definitely
plan.
makes you fixate and obsess. All those little
Mhm.
deep dives that everybody goes into. It definitely gets your attention and makes you wonder what it could all mean. And we're going to find out what you guys in the chat also think about this episode a little bit more. And let's see who we have with us tonight. And I see Nikki, Kristen Longfellow, with us first in the chat. What's up? This looks fun. Hey, y'all. What is up, hon? And I see Vic hanging out with us, of course. What is up, Vic? Always glad to see you with us. I see Mackie Vows. Fromily, what's up? Nightmares descend. Yes, they do, especially in the show. Lots and lots of nightmares. I see the Grumbledore. What is up, hun? Always glad to see you with us. Hope you're having an awesome Wednesday. It is the middle of the week, right? We're halfway through, I think, which means we're closer to a new episode.
I know. These weeks have been going by so fast. I can't keep up.
I know. We're almost halfway through a season, halfway through the week to the next episode. It's just going by so fast. I feel like I haven't even savored the first 4 episodes properly yet, and we're gonna be ready to move on to the next one. Let's see who else we got with us. I see Wolverine fan 98 hanging with us. Hola mi familia. Welcome. I see Bitey hanging out with us. What is up, Bitey? Always happy to see you. Hope you're having an awesome night as well. See who else, and I think that is everybody hanging with us for now, and we're gonna get started in a little bit. We're gonna give everybody a couple minutes to trickle in before we truly get started, but I will show you guys a little bit of what I have sort of started for the video for us. And again, I've kind of gotten some clips. I don't know how many I can get during the stream, but if we don't finish this tonight, we can carry it over to Friday night. And if there are clips that you guys want, or any clips that you may think you want for any of the future songs, those you want me to be able to have those uploaded to CapCut before the stream, the song channel, creation channel, and the Discord, that is where you guys can let me know, like give me an episode if you can, and like a timestamp. And that way I make sure I get the clips. But for now, I did take quite a few of Boyd doing several different things. We got Boyd with Abby. We got him kind of messing Frank up. I believe I even have one with him, messing, like grabbing Randall a little bit. I know I have him doing the bell a couple times, and just some other random stuff with Boyd and the worms, the ballerina, all sorts. I even have the one where he's giving, of course, him giving Smiley the worms. I mean, you got to have, that's like one of the main lines in the song, right?
Hell yeah. My blood is your blood.
That's right. Smiley, take these worms from me. That's right. Smiley.
And we got to have him smacking up Frank. I mean,
I got the clip. I will see how much we can fit in, Data.
God,
I did get a lot.
Just once smacking him.
But yes, welcome everybody. It is Wednesday. We are halfway through the week. So let's see. I'm going to show you guys what I have so far on CapCut. It's not too much. It's mostly just to get the start of the song going for you guys. And then after that, we'll kind of listen through, kind of think of what kind of clips you guys want. Speaking of which, I'm just going to go ahead and pick this out for now. So that way, after the song goes, if you want to listen to it and kind of think about what you guys may want in there, or I'll kind of pull up some clips as we go, and then we'll switch back and forth between episode images for this week and discussion and kind of playing around with this. But here we go. Let's see. I will get us back to the start. So you guys, hopefully, let's see, how well is it showing? Hopefully you guys can see it good. And hopefully it shares good. All right, guys. So here is the start for the song. Here we go.
When Boyd is in town, there ain't no no fooling around. Only rule is me, they don't die tonight. Guess boy just got back to town. Since he'd been back, food been rotting in the ground. Where the heck boy gone to? You'll know when he get back, cause something else will end up bad too. The Lord is back in town. Come out and play, don't get led astray. I'd happily walk into the night to find my ghost wife and wife. The Lord is back again. The Lord is back again.
All right, so that is what we have to start. And again,
That's
guys,
so
we'll
good, and it's just the first like 5 seconds. It's so good.
It's okay, Dave. It'll do. We got to start. The start's the hardest part sometimes.
I'm excited. Don't take away
That
my
lean
excitement.
in.
I'm excited.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna try to get the slap in there. It's got to fit with the lyrics. So I'm trying to get one where Boyd's like, telling people off or something. I think there was something about him doing something. I know the lyrics a little bit. We did write the song. Of course, we know the lyrics.
Song number two.
I
like the
know,
video.
Look, I left a poll up in the chat all night. You guys voted. I had no control over it.
I don't know what happened.
Well, who knows? Who knows? It was close. We'll see how much we can do. Maybe we'll do both. But I know we also wanted to get into. There was another song. What was it? The Nkui Slide, and I think somebody even put up lyrics for it in the Discord or something. And Jeremy's. So we might. I know I promised that one already. So look, we've already got like a list of like 6 songs. Data between the one you want, Nkui Slide, this one, and then this one part 2 that y'all want, because I want. Basically, we're gonna have to have 2 of this version.
Oh, you mean Jim Sucks? Yes, I know Jim Sucks.
That's all right. We're already up to 4, and I'm sure there was another one somewhere I've forgotten about. So we're like halfway through a track. How many's on a track nowadays? I don't know. How many's on? It used to be a CD. What is it? How much is it still a CD?
I know. What do kids listen to music to on these days?
Like, how is it released? Is it just the album? Like, how many's on an album nowadays? I don't know. How many do we need to make an album?
Do they even make CDs anymore?
Maybe like 12, 10.
Okay.
I'm old.
I was thinking 15. That's why I didn't know.
Maybe 10.
I was like,
Maybe 10. Yeah.
Is it 10? Everything's 10, right? 10 episodes, 10 songs. Like even 10. But yes, let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and put it on these for now, so Dana can scroll through and talk about the episode a little bit while we let some of you guys trickle in a little bit before we get too deep into it, and that way I can play it again and play through the song again. But before we do that too far, we will talk about some of the stuff in this episode again. I know that the next episode is right around the corner, and
what's the
Friday,
name of this episode?
Oh, I did not look it up. That's what I was going to say. Friday, I know I'm going to try to have whatever we need in order to talk about like the trailer. And we can talk about it tonight. I don't have any problem with talking about it. I can go, we can, I think Jeremy has it on his channel. We could watch. I just didn't get it downloaded yet.
Yep, he has it.
And so we can also do that tonight and welcome Fromily Theory or the Grumble Door. Oh, you're doing 2 accounts? Look, he's messing with me. Look, you're like BK now. BK, y'all can't do this to me with alt accounts. They're getting me.
The Grumble Door is Fromily Theory?
I think so, or I could have misspoken.
I like your little videos you put up.
See? But he did say that was him. I'm pretty sure. Hang on, let me go back and read. Let me go back.
Oh.
Wayne Fishing. Okay, you're Wayne Fishing. Okay, my bad. I was going to say, are you the Grumble Door? I was getting confused in the chat.
Well, whoever you are, I like your little videos.
You're Wayne. Okay. See, I get everybody confused. We do alt accounts. It messes me up. And then I've done confused everybody. I've confused the From Theory with the Grumble Door. It's Wayne Fishing. My bad, guys. We love you all, though. And thank you for joining us. But yes, let's see. So, what is it that we really want to dive into on this episode? I know.
That still bugs me out, Scarlett. This little dude in the TV.
Oh, does it?
That's still bugging me out. Because I
Oh.
never realized that. I've never realized that.
How much y'all want to bet that the person that was saying the lullaby, they come in 3, they lie, they cheat, they steal. Jasper was saying that on that TV.
Shut your face.
What do you mean?
This is a message. That lullaby is a message. It's telling
Yeah.
someone they come, they lie, they break, they come in 3. I think the same voice that called Kenny. Remember when Kenny had the cicada dream and it bit
Yep.
him on the it touched him. He said it touched me.
Uh-huh.
I think Jasper is relaying that message through the TV. Like jokingly though. You know how funny stuff can happen around Fromland.
Mm-hmm.
I sat there and I thought about it and I said, why is he portraying a news anchor if he's not relaying a message?
Because see, I
You know
don't
what I'm
see it
saying?
as Jasper yet. So see, that's where I was like, wait, what? Jasper did what? I was like, who? Like, what did he do on TV? I just see it as them doing it
That's
as a comical.
Jasper on the TV, right?
I think it's just I think people just drew it on there to be comical, to make it look like the TV actually had a newscaster on it, because the TV doesn't work.
Okay. I thought it was Jasper on that TV.
It looks
Okay,
like
I get what you're
you can't
saying.
deny it though. It looks like Jasper.
No, it looks like him. I see the resemblance. I'm just saying, like the way when I first saw it, I just newscaster. It was just funny because the TV doesn't work. Because there's also an image in Colony House where it was like a painting or a portrait, and they painted like glasses and a mustache or something like that on it. Like haha
Okay.
funny. So I thought it was kind of like the same vein, but it could be. It absolutely could be Jasper.
I mean, it
totally
could just be a drawing of a news anchor. But whoever that was on that TV, it's like it's a message they trying to show the audience. Like we're about to relay a message. They come in 3, they lie, they cheat, they steal. And I think that's the same person that called Kenny when Kenny had his vision.
Mm-hmm. Now that definitely could be on the phone, like because I don't know who is calling it. I think it's Boy in White sometimes, just because of the way like the Boy in White's so mysterious. But it could be the
But
voices that
you
Sarah
listen to the
heard,
phone
because
call,
the
it
voices
sounded
that
like he
Sarah
was
heard.
coming through. The phone call just sounded. I don't know how can I put it. The phone call didn't sound like it was live. The phone call sounded pre-recorded.
Oh, in Kenny's dream.
In Kenny's dream, the phone call sounded pre-recorded. It was staticking. It was making, I had a lot of background noise, like it was trying to come from a news station that was pre-recorded. And then here we have
Thomas, who was like straight up talking.
You know what I'm saying? It didn't sound as live as it did with Thomas.
Mm-hmm.
And it sounded pre-recorded when Kenny had the phone call when he was in his dream state. And then here, was the first time me seeing this was the other day, and I said, that's crazy. It portrays a news anchor on the television, and the pre-recording that Kenny got just sounded like a state of emergency. You know what I'm saying? Like someone was putting out a state of emergency or relaying an important message that was already pre-recorded. That's I don't know. Like,
I mean, it's possible. Like I said, I see it a little bit differently, but then again, this show is so mysterious that anything is possible for sure. Let's see what we got. Garrett Family says, whoa, it's like a From TV channel tonight, or maybe a From Bar crowd. I'm loving it. Yes, we're going to have some fun tonight. I'm going to bring back up CapCut in just a minute. I see a lot of folks piling in.
Why do you guys think Thomas told Jim they're not your kids anymore? That was weird.
Mm-hmm. It was definitely weird. I mean,
I'm sorry. What was that?
He could have. I mean, the fact that's what I said. It almost kind of made me think it was like either the voices Sarah hears or it's the Boy in White. because it ain't his kids anymore. Like, he's taking, especially Ethan, particularly because Ethan picked up the phone. Julie's already taken. She was already taken once. They're going to take, and I don't know what they're going to do with Ethan, but they tried several times to get Ethan. In this episode, he straight up told Ethan to go outside, be brave, to save his mom, knowing that the mom's like, really, you're going to tell him to go do that? Ethan to go out there and save his mom instead of getting, the adults to possibly go do that? That doesn't make sense. They wanted him outside and wanted to take him. They're claiming the children.
Because it was like he went from calling him dad to Jim and then saying those kids aren't your kids no more. Like, I thought that was such an odd turnaround to him being like, oh, daddy. Oh,
well, yeah, because it's not probably Thomas. It's something darker.
No, I know that, but it was just such a quick, like, yeah, Jim, you ain't daddy no more. You're Jim.
And like that entity that's calling that phone, is that not creepy to y'all?
Yeah.
Like, if you look at the origin of the electronics, they have no electronics. They have no wiring. That's not like, how are people contacting us through phone and is not connected to shit in the house?
That to me would be
if
some
that phone
form
rings
of,
again,
it would have to be like some sort of supernatural, like psychic echo ghost, particularly, or aliens.
And like I said, I was really pissed off at Jim because this is your second time answering the phone, and yet you still don't ask anymore. Who is this? Why are you doing this to us? Where the fuck am I at? Like, I would have asked those questions in that order, but that's why I'm in the F Gym Club right now.
Yeah, but then again, if he did ask whoever was on the other phone a question, what are the odds that it would tell him the truth? And not just fuck with him.
I mean, I haven't seen the monster a lot yet.
Could we believe, even if Jim
even
was
on the
smart
radio,
enough?
he said your wife shouldn't be digging that hole.
Yeah.
I don't. Can the monsters? Well, I mean.
And Quan Solar says they're from.
I just can't imagine Jim.
Quan Solar says they're from kids now, like Victor and Eloise Pryor. Ooh,
okay.
Yes. Garrett family says because Jim's parenting is weak.
Yeah, it's really weak. It's really weak.
That's why the From's going to take up. It takes a village. They're going to take on that role. Jim sucks.
Yeah, you're right. There's nothing back there.
It could have been Jasper. If Jasper can talk, if Jasper was in there having it seemed like Jasper was in there telling Christopher, you better do this or this gonna happen to you. That seemed like the conversation they was having. It didn't seem like, hey, I'm your best friend. My name is Jasper. No. Jasper was telling Christopher to do something. And Christopher tried to stand up for himself, and that's when he turned around and screamed at Victor. Jasper is slick. Jasper is definitely slick.
Quan Zeller says
Phone call was a warning.
And it was. I mean, they're definitely warnings, but for what? Like, it's like a warning, but then somebody's kind of warning you. Like, they can still threaten you in a warning. Like, I'm telling you to stop, or I'm telling you this is what's going to happen. I'm warning you, but I'm still a threat.
Oh, the Grumbledore
that's
says
true.
About the static. Didn't the EMTs also hear static when they was trying to call on their radio? They said they're getting nothing but static.
They did.
Yeah, and the statics, that's another kind of, to me, sign of a more ghost echoes, more psychic energy being. I mean, it would be electromagnetic field, but I hear it more as the psychic, that white noise, that static. It's ghost echoes.
What was that movie where they actually did that?
White Noise?
White Noise, right?
Yeah.
White Noise with Michael Keaton. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Somebody says, why wasn't a monster on the steps when Ethan ran out? Good question. They didn't capture him, even though I'm assuming they wanted to get him. Maybe they wanted to make sure he was out far enough so no one could protect him. I don't know. Because the grandma was there to get him the first night. She was on him. Where was Granny that night? Was she going after the EMT? Maybe they were trying to. They had a lot going on. The monsters did. Maybe they didn't get the 411 on Ethan. They just knew the ambulance. I don't know. See, again, a lot of mysteries, a lot of questions.
Yeah, that bird again.
Everything, their whole night was a setup. They
She's not
already
as
knew,
good
the
as
monsters
Scarlet with
already knew that
the
Tabitha
screenshot.
was coming back.
Trying to find Ethan running out like a lunatic. Did I pass it? I don't have skills like Scarlet, guys. Sorry.
Which one are you looking for?
Ethan running out like a fucking lunatic.
Keep going, I think. Yep, keep going. Almost there, right about up in here. He runs out. Next shot, next one. Nope. Keep going, keep going.
Next one.
No, right there. There he is.
What?
There he is. And welcome everybody who is joining us tonight. We are talking a little bit of From, and we're also going to finish working on our song creation that you guys helped us create, or rather you guys created. See, Eric Ireland says, if Julie and the fam were running from ex-boyfriend, maybe the monster in season 1 that said, don't you remember me, Julie? They could have been. I mean, I don't know if they were running from an ex or not. They made it seem as if it was more the divorce, but I guess anything's possible.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I forgot who said this, but someone said that the monsters will come to you like someone you know. Was it Boy or Father Kotri that might have said it in season 1? Because I mean, Julie went to that guy like she knew him, like it was a familiar face.
Well, we know Granny Monster convinced the little girl that even though the little girl said you don't look like my grandma, she still kind of fell for it in a sense. Then you have that boy saying to Julie, don't you recognize me? And don't you remember with Kenny's father, he could have sworn he heard his brothers, I believe it was, speaking Cantonese to him outside.
Okay.
So yeah, they definitely try to fuck with you like you know them.
Yeah, I think it was before they got to the town, right?
Was that, or did that happen? That's why they put him in with Christy, because he almost went outside.
Yeah.
Because he said he heard his brothers. I could be mistaken.
I'm trying to remember. I'm sorry. I'm just going through the chat here. You guys talk away because I'm going to bring the song back up in just a second. Let's see what else we got. And again, thank you all for joining us. Let's see. The Grumbledore says there's static in the first episode when Julie is on her earphones. There's static again when Jim does the tower. There's static on the phone calls. Yes, lots of static. And what does it mean? I think it's ghostly echoes or psychic energy of some kind. Some sort of entity, spirit that is able to mess with the sort of electro, and I actually they could probably mess with anything in the sense of not just electricity, but radio frequencies and things of that matter. The only thing I don't think they can mess with is the lighthouse, because the lighthouse is gas powered. It's not quite electric. Yes.
There's no
just
telling
from
what
using
that lighthouse runs off of.
From just uses Bluetooth, Wi-Fi tech, no big deal, says Quan Solar. Yes, absolutely.
Well, think about it. You didn't really know how the lighthouse ran in Lost either.
No, I don't remember if we ever did. I don't know. What did
And
it
by the
say in the
looks of it, it was
encyclopedia?
ran by mirrors. Hmm.
From Fromily Theory says, imagine the entity is like Loki taunting Jim, Kenny in the diner, Boyd seeing Martin and Boyd's wife. He gets pleasure from them, just like the nightmare creatures howling in pleasure. Yeah, definitely could. And I definitely like the Loki reference because when you get to Martin and the spider webs, well, the whole process of Boyd going from the spider webs to where Martin is very much so could have been like a representation of Loki. I even thought at one point Martin might have been Loki when way back when, going down some deep rabbit holes with some Norse sort of theories and such. Woodrow Nichols says they want Ethan to trust the voice of Thomas. Yes, they were definitely trying to get Ethan to do something. Was it really to save his mom? Because what was Ethan going to do? What was he going to
Right?
do running out
Run
there?
outside,
Like
No, but how was he
what
going
did
to
he
help?
really think he was gonna do?
get everybody in trouble. Run outside and get everybody in trouble. That
Absolutely.
phone is gonna ring again, and Ethan is gonna be the one to pick it
I
up.
was so thinking that.
Or
I was so
it
fucking
could be
thinking that.
Julie.
That phone gonna ring again. Watch.
Or it could be Julie that picks it up this time. Maybe it's a pattern. First Jim, now Ethan, then Julie.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think. That phone is still gonna ring.
Let's see.
Sure.
Alrighty. So, guys, I'm going to play the song one more time. I'm going to show you guys what we have for everybody who has joined us. It looks like we got good little start. And welcome to everybody. I see a lot of you guys who have joined us. I've seen Delcinia. And I've seen Woodrow and Meow Row Growl and a whole bunch of folks who have come in. So we're going to re-show the start of the video. I got it on the right one here. There we go. Yeah, there we are. All right, we're going to start this over, and then I'm going to let it play through the song so you guys kind of get a remembering of what the song is, and then we'll start playing with that as you guys talk about some From. Here we go. We're going to play this one more time.
When Boyd is in town, there ain't no fooling around. Only rule is me, they don't die tonight. Yes, Boyd just got back to town. Since he'd been back, food been rotting in the ground. Where the heck Boyd gone to? You'll know when he get back, cause something else will end up bad too. The Boyd is back in town. Come out and play, don't get led astray. I'd happily walk into the night to find my ghost wife in white. The Boyd is back again. The Boyd is back again. A pool with no motel is like a boat without a sail. You can't break me. 3:30 in the morning, not a soul in sight. Monsters knocking on my door every night. When the bell starts ringing, be ready for the pain he's bringing. He wants to get home in his boat. If you get in his way, he'll cut your throat. Come out and play, don't get led astray. I'd happily walk into the night to find my ghost wife in white. The Boyd is back again. Come out and play, don't get led astray. I'd happily walk into the night to find my ghost wife in white. The Boyd is back again. The Boyd is back again.
All right, so I kind of showed you where we were.
After? Was the part right after he was bringing up his boat? Did you find the clip of where he's getting his boat keys?
The Boyd is back
Yeah.
again. The Boyd is back again. A pool.
Yep, I do have that clip. I just got to see which one it is. All right, you guys continue talking. I'm going to find that clip.
So at the pool with no at the motel with no pool, you're gonna throw in the pool sign, the motel sign.
Yeah.
I've watched you, Scarlett. I know how you work. What about you, Baby Clay? What do you think we should put in there?
Can y'all put that Frank clip in there? Put that Frank clip in there. Look what you did. A man takes care of his family, Frank. That's the one I need. That's the one I need.
We just need boys smacking the shit out of somebody.
Yeah, like just one time. Just one time.
Oh yeah, Garrett. Scarlett wants to kind of show how like the editing process works. So she's just kind of bringing up the editing tools that she uses to kind of show you guys what she does. Oh yeah, I forgot. And my screenshots aren't up anymore. I can highlight the chat, can I? Yeah, Vic, the Boyd is back again and smack. Now, what editing software is this, Scarlett?
I'm using CapCut.
And there is a free version for people to try out and mess with.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's what I use. I'm editing. I didn't know you.
Oh, you use CapCut too?
You have it connected to StreamYard?
I'm just sharing my screen.
Okay. So all right, I got you.
You use CapCut too?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't use anything because I'm not good at this.
I was actually using CapCut for like TikTok and shit, but now I didn't know you could use it for YouTube, so yeah, using it for YouTube now. Yep. Actually, I mean, once you get the hang of it, it's pretty easy.
Yeah, it's pretty user friendly. Like you said, it's start small. Don't try to do anything. Like if you just start small with a small clip, play around with it, see what you can do with it, play with the tools. I wouldn't start on anything that you're gonna want to like make a major project. That way, mess ups and stuff don't like hurt your feelings as much or anything like that. They just start with something fun. Like I just started doing goofy clips.
40 Stephanie says, I use CapCut as well. I love it. It looks intimidating at first, but you will pick it up quickly.
Absolutely. And it also works if you go ahead and I kind of know it's got my episodes on here, but yeah, if you go ahead and just label the clips too, but I was trying to rush them this afternoon, so I didn't label anything. Take just a second to get, I didn't want to use the same one, but I might just use the same pool. I had a better one.
Try to think of what other Boyd clips there are, other Boyd moments.
Well, I have to already have them loaded up.
No, I'm just thinking in general, like what about you, chat? What are some of your favorite Boyd moments besides him slapping Frank, Baby Clay? What other Boyd moments do you like?
It's so many. When he was stuck in the dungeon, he was like, out. I ain't gonna lie. If he would have screamed out, walked, I would have lost. But when he was in the dungeon, he got stuck. Yeah, I lost it. But
that was hilarious.
That is probably one of my favorite moments.
Ellis.
Oh,
I kid you not. If Walt comes out of a fucking faraway tree, I'm losing it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I'll lose it.
If that boy comes out of faraway tree, I'm losing it.
This would definitely be landlocked and lost.
I'm gonna be like, nope. See. Yep, there you go. Whoa.
Oh,
You guys know. You guys know what we talking about. So now what are you doing, Scarlett? You're like laying the clips next to each other and stuff?
Well, I'm just trying to get some real quick to see if they have what I wanted them. So I can actually, because I didn't label them. I mean, I kind of know what's in them, but I just wanted to see if it had something. I'll use that one right now. I'll just go back and use the other
thank
one.
you.
I thought I had a better one of the pool, but I guess I didn't have but the one with him throwing playing catch. But it'll be okay. I'll use that one.
What's up to you, Jackson Rains? Is that his name? Yes. Welcome, welcome.
He hit Frank. He hit Frank Vic. Slapped the hell out of Frank. He was about to slap Acosta until Ellis came and grabbed him.
Mm-hmm.
Episode 1, Vic, the
Acosta
pilot.
got that plot armor because, boy, she would have got slapped if she was a he would have got slapped. That was the first episode. That was the first 30 minutes.
Oh, thank you,
First
40
episode of
Stephanie.
From.
That's sweet. She said, I'm glad you guys were on. I've been recuperating and missed all y'all. Aw, we missed you
Aw.
too.
Glad
If
to
you
have
were
you.
sick, I'm glad you're feeling better. I feel your pain. Yeah, it was the pilot
And after
episode,
he
Vic.
slapped him, he drug him to his daughter's, cleaned out
Oh,
torso.
hell yeah. He stuffed his face right in there. Look at what you did, Frank.
He stuffed his face right in it. Mm-hmm.
I told you to nail them windows shut.
A man protects his face. Frank like, oh,
There you go. Grumble doors with you.
I got drunk.
A man protects his family.
It's like a boat without a sail.
Sorry. I didn't say I can remember what it said. All right, continue. I'm sorry.
I sound like a mobster. Damn, my voice is that fucked up, huh? I'm sorry.
But yeah, guys, thank you again for hanging out with us. I'm sorry, I'm just hyper focused in here trying to figure out where I want to stop it at. But yeah, we are editing away to make you your guys' Fromily song.
Good night, honey. Thank you for hanging out with us, Fromily Theory. We appreciate you coming out. Let's see what else you guys are saying. Let's go up a little bit. Vic. You're funny. You're funny, Vic.
Never mind. Press play again. Hang on, guys.
Yep.
A pool with no motel is like a boat without a sail. You can't.
All right, make that faster. All right, continue forth.
40 Stephanie says, it's my fault. I rode several of the craziest roller coasters. The time traveler, worth every ounce of pain. I'm trying to let my old ass surrender. I love roller coasters. I haven't been on one in a very long time, but I love roller coasters. So can you guys believe we're like, it's how many more days till the next episode? 1, 2, 4, 5? I could do math.
Yeah.
It's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Oh no, I'm way off. Maybe I can't do math. Hold on. I take that back. Okay, it's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. 3 more days? William Brown says, Boyd wouldn't have been able to save his ass anyway. Very true.
Save who, William? Save who?
Are you talking
Or
about
wouldn't
save?
be able to save his ass anyway. Who are you referring to?
Let's see what you guys boys
Oh
want.
no! See, you had to put Frank in the box. Randall. Yeah, I mean,
Oh, Randall.
yeah. Oh,
He
okay. I
could have
thought he was talking
tried.
about Frank
He
and
could have
Randall.
tried. He could have tried a little harder. Come on. He
He
could have
could have
maybe
ran
ran
a
over.
couple over and
Yeah.
told him to hop in the back.
Yup. I agree with you, baby. He could have tried
But
a little harder.
Well, I was hoping he
I
would have
mean,
maybe, because once he had the what he didn't have the talisman though, did he? Randall had the talisman. Boy didn't have the talisman, so he could have attempted to do like a backup thing and hope that dude could have grabbed, like Randall could have grabbed onto the damn, and hope the monsters didn't lunge for it. But I don't know, they probably all would have died. Because Randall would have had to get inside that ambulance with the talisman in order for them to all be safe. Otherwise, the monsters was going to like jump on that ambulance.
man, listen.
I'm just,
I agree, but Randall shouldn't have fell down when he saw them cicadas.
well,
That's what really fucked him up.
they kind of like, didn't they get like on his face and all over him, like trying to go
Yeah,
back inside of him again?
but you gotta run and duck and swing and stuff like that. You can't fall down, especially when you about to. I know it's got to be a show, you know. Randall, I don't think Randall is dead because of the cicadas. I mean, I don't think they want to. I don't think they would kill Julie, Randall, or Marielle right now. If I'm being,
Yeah, Vic says Randall
like,
she agrees. He should have ran through the cicadas.
He should have ran through the cicadas. Exactly. He should have ran through the cicadas. I mean, here it ain't like it's your first time seeing them at this point, bro. You didn't came into these cicadas multiple times. You should be used to it. I definitely would have started swinging my arms and running at the same time.
I know, they
Like
kind
I'm
of got
fighting
him down, man,
mosquitoes.
because like they cornered his ass. He had the monsters literally like right behind him, and he
Yep.
there wasn't too many places. He had to run it into the cicadas, like through them, and they was pretty thick. Have you ever ran through a cicada before?
I plenty. I'm from the country. We from.
I was say I do too. I have them
area.
attack me all the
I'm
time.
telling you.
I don't like them nowhere near me. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Like the thing is not fun. I've had them come after me. I've had to dodge and like bob and weave, but never from that many of them.
But come on. Okay, so you had the monsters standing 2 on one side of Randall, 2 on the other. Boyd could have just done a backup and took out at least 2 of those fucking monsters. He didn't even try. He could have done
didn't, and that's why he could at least try to run 2 of them over. Told Randall to get in the back.
Right?
Boom. You know what I'm saying? But
come with me if you want to live.
And Jim really didn't give a fuck. Jim said, "Boy, we gotta go." Like he didn't see like Randall bought you the 2 set for your wife to get out.
Could have swung open the door. Like, come with me if you want to live, Randall. Let's go. Hop on in.
Yeah.
Some Terminator.
Like you didn't even scream his name. You didn't be like, Randall, come on, Randall, get up. Got the keys and left. Yeah, Jim didn't care at all about Randall's safety.
I would have tossed Jim's ass out.
As soon as he got them tools, he was like, boy, Jim. We gotta go.
How about you take Jim? You could have Jim. Give me Randall. How about you have Jim? Nobody likes him. You could have Jim.
Welcome everyone joining us. I see some new faces.
Jim left the house and said, whatever happens, happens. To his kids and the boy. I mean, he said, if there's any chance my wife is outside, whatever happens, happens. That's basically saying, whatever happened to y'all tonight, I don't give a damn. He said that to Ethan and Julie, and Boyd was the one that had to tell Ethan to stay in the house.
But now, if he didn't go out there to that ambulance to try to see if it was Tabitha, his kids would have resented him even more. Do you think that would have made a difference? He should have still stayed with his kids?
I think he should have. What I would have did was stay with my kids and ask Boyd and Randall if they could see what's going on. If Boyd and Randall can't handle it, then I would have came outside, but I would
Gotcha.
have been the one to tell my children to not come outside.
Yep.
I got two. Boyd would have understood. Like Boyd would understand. Randall, he was down with Boyd from the get go, so I would have stayed with my kids. But if they couldn't handle it, I would have came out.
I didn't even think of it like that. Yeah, you're right. Let Boyd and Randall go outside and check it. Because what was the point of him going outside?
I mean, him and his son, they got to running outside fever. I'm telling you.
I don't know. That whole situation was just, but it's gonna cause some shit now because
They had so many options. It was
Randall's
too many
definitely
options.
gonna feel some way against Boyd. He's definitely gonna feel some type of way.
Oh yeah, for
Boyd.
sure.
And you can go through the screenshots for a second while I'm trying to get that thing to get something to load real quick. You've got something else to look at for a second.
The whole town how Boyd left him to die.
Mm.
I mean, the cicadas would have been the best option. The cicadas ain't gonna kill you. They just go, fly around your head and distract you a little bit.
But I don't know, man. What they did before wasn't very nice. Those ain't that on normal cicadas.
No,
I don't trust either one of them. I think Randall was kind of screwed either way. They pretty much cornered his ass. He was slightly fucked. Now, whether the cicadas are gonna I say help loosely, as in the monsters can't hurt him because of them. Not that the cicadas are truly helping Randall, but that they're more powerful than the monsters. But they wanted Randall, we're taking him, and they got him. Ooh, did they get him?
But you have to admit, it was funny when Randall pulled out the talismans. Stay back. Stay back. And the little library lady was like, oh, it doesn't work that way, sweetie.
Oh, yeah. I was just saying how I loved her that episode. She got personality. She had a little personality. She said, oh, sweetie, that's not how that works. Boy, I would have, ain't gonna lie, I would have urinated on myself a little bit. But I still would have got the hell up out of there. No matter what happened. I would have threw the talisman at her forehead. No matter what, I'm getting the hell up out of there.
Now, question. In this moment, did anybody peep what happened to her hair? Did it disappear when she changed into the monster, or did a wig fly off?
No, it changed. It not evaporated, but her whole form changed, so it changed with it.
Did it? Because I was wondering that. So it's does that mean anything they wear on their head?
I think anything that's on them, anything they're holding, any part of them.
Because when the milkman monster changed, his hat disappeared. Mm-hmm. When the little granny lady...
That's what I'm saying. All their items, whatever their clothing...
changed. Her little babushka thing disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
So
good night, Fletcher. Hope you have a great night. Hope you had a good time tonight. Thanks for joining us, and we'll catch you on the next one, hon.
That's a good picture of the monster. There's some ugly.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. The face gives me alien vibes. I'm not gonna lie to you. Now that I got a little close up, it does give me a little bit of ET, extraterrestrial. Outer world. This doesn't look like a monster. Look at the teeth. How many layers of teeth do they have?
I was just thinking that.
They got a few.
That looks like three. One.
Yeah, there's they got 3 different.
3, right?
Sets, I think that we can tell, anyways.
Now that I got a little closer, this is not giving me, I'm a monster. This is giving me, I'm an alien.
You with Snuggie, it's aliens.
I'm not saying they all the entities and everything could just be surrounded by alien or outer world,
look at their veins.
entities, but This picture right here with a close up is not giving monster. It's giving alien with the layers of teeth, with the eyeballs, with the bald head.
And like the nose is no nose.
No nose, like, but got organs of a human. Like, it's not. It's just
Those
not
are some ugly
given
fucking
like
monsters.
it's a monster running the town.
Those
And
are
I
some
mean,
ugly
these things ain't all that strong. We seen that our boy pushed one in the barn. They couldn't even hold
Yes.
boy down.
And again,
Two of them couldn't hold boy down.
we have to talk about Acosta. Like you done shot off 2-3 bullets. You see they ain't doing nothing. Why are you gonna keep firing? I didn't get that. Like your
wanted her
bullets
to.
Well, I
literally
mean,
are
she's.
not
I
doing
can imagine
anything.
being in that kind of like how. What would you believe in that moment? Like, it's almost that she just saw these two EMTs get essentially just shredded in front of her eyes. Gunshots aren't working. She's essentially panicking. I mean, she's panicking. Going to what, like, just I guess her survival is just shoot. Because you don't know what else. She's like, what else, the fuck else? That's why she ends up running. Like, she does shoot and then she takes off running.
At least take a headshot.
I'm gonna be honest. The monster was there purposely so someone could get shot. It just had to be Nikki. You know, if you're supposed to die in Fromland, then you're going to die in Fromland. And it just had to, just had to be Nikki.
Garrett
So-
family says squidfish face. Their eyes are fish-like, and yeah, they definitely have the weird sort of like fish eyes, and they even have like a double lens or whatever. It also reminds me of Aliens. I hate saying that because I think they did something similar to it on Men in Black, where like he's like, dude, he's like he blinked weirdly. He's like, what? Well, he blinked, and then he had another kind of blink, and that's when the dude from Men in Black was like, oh yeah, that's his gills. He was breathing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's an interesting little note. They definitely are some interesting little creatures. I mean, honestly, they can be anything at this point. They've definitely left it open still for any sort of kind of creep that it could be out there. Monster, whether one in lore or one they're making up, is actually pretty awesome monsters they got going on.
Look at that.
This one's even worse.
I mean, more fish-like to me than alien, even like what they're saying, because the teeth are fish-like, having like sharks having more than one, or even alligators and stuff, aquatic things, reptiles and stuff having multiple teeth lines, and then the eyes. Could be some sort of reptilian / sea creature made monster. I don't know. I believe it because kid plays this game on Roblox, and the dude is like somewhere across, one of the little monster dudes like across between some kind of sea creature, it's like a shark, and an anglerfish meets a person. I don't know. So some weird creatures out there. 40 Stephanie says, I don't think the monsters can be classified. They may be a whole new species. Yeah, absolutely. Delcinia says, they look like piranhas to me. Oh, okay. Yeah. Could see that.
Yeah,
Definitely
I mean,
see
that
piranhas.
too,
Let's see what else we got. Chris Small says aliens harvesting organs. They could be. That is definitely still a possibility. See what else you guys are saying. 4070 says, I think demons just had an orgy and this happened. Yeah, it's possible.
Oh, she creeps me out. This lady this monster right here.
Oh, the bride, right? The bride, yeah.
She creeps me out.
Scary as shit. She's fucking scary as all shit.
Keely
She's
says
just
sea
letting
turtle
bullets
teeth.
go.
I think there's some sea turtle teeth.
That's what
Could
I'm
be.
saying. Like, you've seen that you've already shot like 3 of them. Like, I just didn't understand why she kept firing off her gun.
Just panic.
Hmm.
I mean, it's just really simple. I mean, just simple as panic.
I mean,
Yeah,
but
but
that's well,
you're a
this could
cop.
be a crazy question, but is there a
I mean, Dana,
protocol
I
to?
seriously, you're going to make the statement you're a cop, knowing that. Do you even want me to harp on that?
I know. I'm just saying.
They're still human, and they're not. There's good and bad everywhere, and not everybody can handle a situation like. You could have training, and your training go completely out of the window when you encounter certain
It's
situations.
true.
I guess you're right.
I'm not
I mean, but
defending
that's
her shooting. I'm just saying, like, as far as like why, like, not an excuse, more of an explanation. It's just purely panic.
but
No
No, you're
like
training. What
right.
I mean,
what?
what training in 6 months or
Yeah, that's what I
however
was
long
going to
you get
ask.
in the academy is going to prepare you for something like
No,
this?
you're right. I know.
Yeah,
Just
I don't
still.
think there's a protocol for shooting people, and
There's no
they don't know
protocol
that.
for monsters.
I don't think that's a protocol for that. What's going on, Papa Socks?
What else? What else? What screenshots we got here?
But
That was
oh,
crazy
this
though.
is
The
this.
bride
Do
is the
y'all have the
scariest
luggage?
one.
Hmm.
Do y'all have the luggage screenshot?
The which one? Luggage.
Victor's
Victor and the
luggage.
luggage.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Look at Nick.
Should be in
When
there.
does he open that? Nope, that's still her. Was it at the beginning or the end of the episode with Victor and the luggage?
It was like the middle, maybe. It was after Nikki got shot.
Right here. Right, go back. Yeah, right in there. So if you want
Yeah.
to go back,
All right.
go
So
back,
that
go back.
xylophone.
No, you're going forward. You're going forward. Come back. No, go down where the screenshots are, and you can actually see it. Just keep going, keep going, keep going. Right there. The one where the next one. There it is. And you can scroll in. I don't know which part of the
Zoom
video
in on it.
one.
Y'all see that xylophone right there, right? You want to know how it, like, you want to know something? It matches the color
What?
of what the children was wearing in episode 1 whenever they went down, episode 2 whenever they went down to the basement. They showed the paintings. The xylophone right there is blue, yellow, and red, and it's the same color as the merry-go-round. So I'm guessing that the xylophone belonged to some kids.
Well, yeah, I
And
mean, because they showed kids that were like, I think they showed some dead kids in that massacre scene.
it didn't show a lot. All I
What
seen
else
was
is in there?
the
Yeah, I'm talking
two
about like back in season, what was it, season 1? When he
season 1 they
walked,
did. Okay.
they showed the massacre then too. It was season 1 or season 2. I'm trying to remember. I think it was season 1 when Victor first recounted the massacre. And I want to say somebody in the chat or somebody way back when recalled there being a child laid out, and I'm gonna have to go back and double check that. But I wouldn't be surprised that there wasn't other children.
Yeah.
That or just somebody really
Okay.
enjoyed, like had it like a keepsake, maybe.
Yeah, he had everything in that luggage from everybody else, but nothing in there from his. But he had his mama's violin, but nothing in there from. That's why I think the drawings from Eloise that Eloise left in the trunk of the car, or he put in the trunk of the car, that was supposed to be in the luggage. But I don't think, being that he didn't have any items of Eloise in his luggage, that doesn't prove that she is dead, even though he said it.
Mm.
Because this was the same way, if I could be mistaken, but he's going through the luggage and he's saying, the boy in white told him to take the items that was closest to people and bury that instead of burying the body.
Mm-hmm.
But he didn't take anything from his mom besides the violin in season 2 and the
And that wasn't
drawings.
buried with the luggage, though.
I'm sorry.
That's why I don't
what you
think
had?
he saw. That's why I don't think he saw Eloise. because he didn't take an item. I don't
So
think.
does
But
this
he
mean
said,
that there
but
was more than
that's why I say Victor's memory is shaky, because he said they're dead, but he only buried or saw his mom by the bottom tree.
I think he's assuming Eloise died, but never found the body. The same way Ethan assumed his mother was dead.
But now, does that also mean that there was more kids there besides him and his sister to take that xylophone? Were there other kids there
It's a possibility
that
for
got
sure.
killed in the massacre?
And Bill D says, child dead against house behind merry-go-round. I thought there was something out there with at least one child death, perhaps in the massacre, like shown. And I believe you see it in, like, I don't remember if it was season 1, season 2. I believe it's season 1 when Victor was recounting the massacre for the first time, when he took Ethan into the woods and dogs popped off and he was trying to remember and he saw the dog. I think that's when he first recounted the massacre. But yeah, see what else you guys are saying. Just Jenna says
Back
Christopher
here, right?
holding Jasper.
Is
Christopher
that
holding
what
Jasper, kicking opening doors and pointing at fake walls and hiding spots for monsters would be a crazy flashback. Yes, I would love to see some more Christopher and Jasper flashbacks, or even if he's still alive, to see him. But it's about the merry-go-round. You're not going to see it in this one. It's
No, was that where the merry-go-round was, over here?
I
Yeah,
believe so,
I'm
because
sorry,
that's
my
where
eyeballs, I can't.
I think so.
that's a slide, but it's behind that car.
Yeah. All right, guys, let's see where we are. I'm going to go back to the video editing real quick. Let's see. All right, guys. So let's see. I had it up somewhere around up in here. Let's see.
Can't break me.
All right, I got to make that shorter.
A pool with no motel is like a boat without.
Just do a few little touches here real quick. Yeah, guys, this is our Fromily song that you guys created. We're just going to add some clips to it so that way we can have it out there. You guys can have fun with it however you please. The song's already in the Discord. There were 3 different slight variations. This is the one that got voted on and won in our poll Monday night. Let's see, I'm just trying to get this.
Boat without a sail. You can't break me.
Let's see, that's going to have to be quick. I'll try to add Frank in there, but it's going to have to be really quick. I don't know if it's going to work out, that one. But nonetheless, we will still attempt it. And thank you all for joining us on this awesome Wednesday night. Hope you're all having a great week. It's hump day, halfway through.
How'd the song come out? Sorry, I had to step away for 1 second.
I'm just trying to get this to fit in.
So Papa Sock says,
A pool with no motel is like a boat without a sail. You can't break me. 3:30 in the morning.
All right, that worked out about right.
that was good.
It's the magic of editing, folks.
Oh yeah, that snap was crazy. Oh yeah.
So I said, if I could get it to work, we was gonna make it try. We was gonna try. God damn it! I had to get it on the beat. It's got to be just right. Otherwise, it shall not do. Shall not have mediocrity for the Fromily. It will be the best that we can make it. All right, hang on. I just got to clip that right after he slaps him. So hang on.
You can't break me. 3:30.
I might speed something up just a little bit more. Could be just a little hair of a second quicker.
He might have really slapped that dude.
He did really slap the shit out of him, like for real,
He
not
might
like
have
pretend.
really slap.
Not like movie pretend, like for real, for real. No, he did. He slapped shit out of him.
You can't break me. Safe.
Yeah, he really did.
I'm scared it's gonna go by too quick. Let's see.
Frank was feeling every part of that slap.
Oh yeah. All right. 3:30 in the morning. The mosses. Nobody's around. The mosses be banging. I gotta find something real night. All right, y'all keep talking. I gotta find next clip.
So Papa Sock says, so this is what a campfire is like? I've never been to a campfire before. Minus the s'mores.
Actually, if you have s'mores, you can make them indoors. If you have the components, you can have a s'mores tonight as well.
Let's go back up. Just Janice says, Christopher holding Jasper, opening the doors and pointing at fake walls and hiding spots for monsters would be a crazy flashback. That would be a crazy flashback.
Now, I'll put it back on screenshots for a second.
So do you guys think that that fucking Fatima is going to be like elbow deep in Nikki at the start of next episode? You think Fatima is going to be like really eating her, or is she just drinking the blood?
I'm not sure yet. I'm gonna go with blood for now. Probably wrong, but I'm gonna go with blood for now. She'll progress, but I think she's gonna stick with blood for now.
So you think she's gonna eventually like eat some intestines?
I already said that way back when, so yes. She was already supposed to have done that. Damn it.
Yeah, she definitely graduated.
You think she's gonna be just
yeah, I think she'll graduate from eating rotten vegetables to drinking blood to now eating organs.
Oh God.
And I'm telling y'all, my theory is that Fatima is going to be the one that Boyd has to capture. He's going to isolate her from Ellis. And that's going to start, another chapter of breaking Boyd through his son.
Okay.
Because it's too convenient. Okay, so if she's not having a baby, say for instance she's not having a baby at all, and if she is changing, it's not coincidental that as soon as he says he wants to capture one, Fatima is starting to change into one. If she's not having a baby. He said, we got to capture one of these things. And he specifically told this to Ellis. He didn't tell this to Kenny. He didn't tell this to Jim. He told this to Ellis. And now here we are, and Fatima is eating blood. He's going to ice. It's not confirmed. I haven't read anything, but that's just my opinion. When I figured that she was pregnant in season 2, I said, this is strange. This is very strange. And then she's eating rotten veggies and now drinking blood. This town is not coincidental. Everything happens for a reason. So let's say if she is pregnant, she could be still pregnant and the baby is feeding off this blood. But either way, she still would have to be isolated from everyone else until Boyd finds out. Because something tells me, I'm not sure when. Maybe it could happen at the end, or maybe it could happen within a couple of episodes. Somebody is going to find out she drunk out Nikki's blood. It could be Tilly. It could be, hell, it could be Jade. But somebody go find out that she drunk out of Nikki's body. She drunk that blood.
Why do I have a feeling it's gonna be Tilly?
It's always Tilly. Tilly will pop up on her, or she, Tilly
Because I
might.
was thinking to myself, watch it be Tilly that come busting in this room. Oh, I just wanted to
Yeah.
say a prayer. I just wanted to,
I just wanted to say a prayer for Nikki.
Yep. Check on you, Fatima. And Fatima's got her arms like in fucking Nikki, like
But you
gobbling
want to
down.
know? You want to know what's also a coincidence? But like I said, this town is not based off coincidence. She gets shot in the stomach, and the monsters go for the torso, and that's where Fatima is, digging from. So she has the
Interesting.
patterns of the monsters outside.
Interesting. I didn't think to put that together.
That's why I say the town manipulated Nikki into going out to that window and place a Costa at the same spot so she could get shot in the right position. Because you notice the monsters don't go for the face, but maybe a
No.
couple
So
times,
you
and that's when
think this
they,
place gave Fatima Nikki like it did the vegetables?
yes, of course. Oh hell yeah, most definitely.
Interesting. And you think it was Nikki because she was fucking with Fatima?
It could have been, honestly,
a little bit of punishment thrown up in there.
Yeah, it could have honestly been anybody who was being an asshole to Fatima at the time. It just had to be Nikki. But yeah, you're right. If Nikki was the one acting like the butthole, so yeah, she the one that got the bullet in her stomach to where it's an easy access. She ain't got to rip nothing open. She ain't got to rip open her stomach to get to anything. She could just take it one step at a time.
Interesting. I did not even think of it like that. Yeah, they do rip open.
Like,
Since
I think we've seen, how many times have we seen the monsters go for the face?
So give her a nice little bullet hole to start digging up in. So what about you guys, chat? If anybody is gonna walk in on Fatima next episode, who do you think it's gonna be? I definitely think it's gonna be Tilly. What about you guys? If you think anybody walks in that room and sees Fatima digging up in Nikki, who do you think it's gonna be?
Claire.
Yep, it could be definitely her.
Claire.
Really? The mole? You vote the mole?
You call her the mole. I just call her Claire.
Think it's gonna be Claire? They're walking up in there. What about you, baby Claire? You think it's gonna be Tilly? Who you think is gonna walk up in on Fatima?
I think it's gonna be Tilly. All the way.
What
Tilly
about the
gonna be
chat?
on the other side of that door
thinking?
when Fatima open it up.
With
the tarot cards in her hand still, and a random ass Bible she found in the colony house. If they have Bibles, I don't think they got Bibles, but Fatima go open up that door and Tilly go be right behind it next episode. That's my feeling.
See what you guys in the chat are saying. Steph1816 says, what if Donna finds out and tries to help hide it? And that is absolutely a possibility. Crazy Donut says, I think we lose Fatima this season. Okay, that's definitely a possibility. Is she going to turn? Is she going to just straight up die? Who knows? I'm thinking, I don't know. Honestly, I don't really know yet. I haven't put my hat anywhere fully on it. I think she's going to survive, but possibly change in the end. But still, like, to me, that's not like dead. It's semantics. Let's see. 40 Stephanie says she may go into a frenzy, a feasting frenzy after licking. I can't wait to see. Yes, she's already fingers deep. Just Jenna says after Nikki, Fatima may be low-key hunting other people. Christy could be in trouble with her leg injury. Ooh. Fatima may use the morphine to put her to sleep and throw down. Ooh, I like it. Yes, gonna get creative. Like it. Let's see. Crazy Donut says Claire, and then Fatima kills her off. Oh, brutal. I love it. Papa Sock says, I will take Donna back because Donna and Boyd will have to figure out what to do with Randall first. Okay. Keeping Donna. Jess Janice says the cop will see Fatima, but no one would believe her. Ooh. She goes for air to be away from the attention. She goes up there to get away from the tension after Nikki and sees Fatima sneak off. Oh, she cops good. Oh, that'd be so crazy that Kavi, she didn't see enough. She gonna see Fatima
You're
eat
right, though.
somebody.
Nobody would believe Acosta if she said that shit.
No, they wouldn't. Awesome, guys. Great. Some great
now,
ideas.
What about Kimono Lady? What about Kimono Lady? Are we still on the This Is Fatima train? Or do we think she's somebody
I
else?
know she's somebody at that lake in the village, or I keep calling it a village, the settlement.
Because I know the big theory when we first saw her was that it was Fatima. A lot of people said that this was Fatima.
I mean, she's what is it, a Yuri? I think is what she is, which is a
This
Japanese
Kimono lady
spirit.
reminds me of the lady from The Grudge.
Yes, essentially what a Yuri is. The Grudge, The Ring, Shutter.
Yep.
All those are essentially human spirits that have died and either killed themselves or died in a tragic manner to the point where they can no longer they can't move on, and so you have to find a way to either sometimes you have to appease them, trap them, and find a way to sort of make the spirit whole again or figure out what it needed, what it didn't have. So I think some of them can never be saved. There are some spirits that just never can be saved that are Yuris, that are like some of the more dangerous, even more dangerous ones. But that's why I think she is a Yuri.
But could it be a trick? Could she be saying, help me, and she just kind of wants to be free because she is evil and is using Elgin to free her?
For sure. Definitely.
Could be.
Because I'm just like, yeah, she's saying, help me, but this place loves to manipulate people. It loves to fuck with you. So who's to say she's not just fucking with Elgin?
Yep, it's possible. Well, welcome, Amanda. Glad to see you hanging with us tonight. Hope you're having an awesome Wednesday.
What's up, Ando? I don't know. I don't trust this lady. I don't trust her.
I don't either.
I don't trust her. I think she's fucking with Elgin just to get free.
Possible. It's definitely, I mean, I don't know what half of this shit is truly. I have a good random guess or two, but all possibilities.
So do you guys think
open.
she's tethered to Colony House or just to Elgin? Because since Elgin's the only one who sees her and he only sees her in Colony House.
I mean, I
could she
think
be
Tilly,
tethered
I
to
think
Colony
Tilly
House?
has a connection with her too. No,
Oh, you think
yeah, she's
Tilly sees her?
bound to the Colony House. Yeah, no. I think Tilly is in, connection with Elgin in his dream state. That's why it's allowing her to see Kimono.
True.
Because she's seen Kimono Lady too. While in his
You
dream.
think she has? But do you think
sorry,
that
what was
she
that?
remembers it? If they were like sharing a dream, do you think she remembers it?
No, she probably doesn't remember.
Wait, who saw it? I'm sorry, I missed that.
Remember when Tilly saw the Kimono Lady in Elgin's dream? If they shared a dream, I wonder if she also forgot about it.
Oh, okay, yeah. I don't know. I mean, if it's a shared dream, possibly. Definitely possible.
But Elgin, see, the only way we could know if Tilly has seen this lady or remember this Kimono lady while in the dream is if Elgin asked her, do you remember when you were sitting with me at the table or sitting with me at the couch. I think it was at the couch, and you saw the, you know, pale kimono lady. Do you remember that? But we haven't had a Tilly and Elgin conversation yet. I think that's something in the works. I think Tilly and Elgin will have a more of a connection than Donna and Elgin. Because he's just straight up ignoring Donna. Like Donna went to him, "Hey, are you okay?" "Yeah, I'm fine." Didn't even attempt to say, "Hey, I've been having visions of this half-soaked lady trying to, get in contact with me."
Yeah.
But he's having in his dream state, or what we think may be his dream state, he's having all types of conversations with Tilly. Tilly is even telling him about the tarot cards, that it was a bad sign. And then that's when he goes to see the kimono lady, and he asks Tilly if he was dreaming or not. I think he has more of a connection with Tilly than he has with Donna.
Okay, I could see
Tilly's
that.
always in his dreams. Not sure what the connection is yet, but it's definitely a connection.
That is weird because Tilly was there in his dreams to see her. And when he saw her, she was sitting there next to him at the table.
Every time. But in that scene where she's sitting next to him at the table, we don't know if he was dreaming then or not. Because she never answered him. When he said, "Hey, am I awake?" Tilly never answered him. So it's like, that's a, little cliffhanger in the middle of the show, because we honestly don't know if he was dreaming. But when he bumped into the person, the kimono lady was gone. In my opinion, I think he was awake. I think he was awake and he could see this lady while he's sleeping and while he's awake.
So you guys,
She's
do you
very
think
strange.
that you think she is connected to the lake by the cabins?
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier.
Could this be who they heard rustling around outside?
I don't know. I think there's something darker. If she's at that lake, I think she's at the bottom of that lake. Like somebody drowned her there. She drowned there. Up until we saw her walking down the hallway in Colony House. So it's possible that she's there. I would say the Brunnels, because the Brunnels is closer, but he didn't seem interested in the Brunnels. He seemed interested in another source of water, which made me think when we found that lake. But she's reaching out to him and almost leading him through Colony House somewhere. So I don't know if there's something else connected at Colony House, perhaps with that settlement or that lake. But first gut I would say, is at that lake. Just at the bottom, she's there.
Interesting. So what else you guys want to talk about this episode?
See what else we got. Papa Sock says, I take a drink every time Scarlet Fever says okay. No, I'm honestly focused in on the cap cut. That's where my attention is. I'm sorry, because y'all can't see what I'm doing, because I was trying to give y'all something to look at with the screenshots. But no, I'm literally in here like I'm doing this and I'm going through, and then I'm listening. So like there's times where y'all can't hear it playing because I'm not sharing the screen. So I'm literally listening, and I'm trying to listen to both Dana and Baby Clay as well as the song, trying to make sure I'm finding the right clip to insert. So I'm super hyper focused, and it probably sounds good like okay. And I'm listening. And I'm like trying to take in both at the same time. So I'm sorry, my focus is split. I'm so sorry. Let's see, what do I got? I don't know what I got yet. I got something.
Let's play it.
I tried.
That's what you got.
Focus a little split. Hang on, I'm trying to see how this fit in. In the middle of working on this little piece. I'm saying I'm hyper focused a little bit.
I agree, Just Janice. I agree.
Early in the morning, not a soul in sight. Monsters knocking on my door every night. When the bell starts ringing, be ready for the pain he's bringing. He wants to get home in his boat.
That's all I got right now. I get it. That's what I said. I'm trying to do there's these little bitty segments, so I'm hyper focused and trying to clip this stuff a little bit more down and get it to where it fits into those little sound bites. So I'm sorry, but I'm saying okay. It's probably sound like I'm trying. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm sorry. Sorry, Papa Socks. It was a joke. Okay, good. All right. Sorry. Continue on.
So play it through, Scarlett. See what you got so far.
All right. Here's start back at the beginning. All right, guys. Here we go.
When board is in town, there ain't no fooling around. Only rule is me, they don't die tonight. Guess board just got back to town. Since he been back, food been rotting in the ground. Where the heck board gone to? You'll know when he get back, or something else will end up bad too. The Lord is back in town. Come out and play, don't get led astray. I'd happily walk into the night to find my ghost wife and wife. The board is back again. The board is back again. A pool with no motel is like a boat without a sail. You can't break me. 3:30 in the morning, not a soul in sight. Monsters knocking on my door every night. When the bell starts ringing, be ready for the pain he's bringing.
That is pretty much where we are. I gotta stop right there with the pain he's bringing. It's gonna bring some pain.
It's coming good, Scarlett. You're doing good.
All right.
So, did anybody? What's the name of this week's episode? Did we look that up?
I did not look that up, and I
like light something.
Hold on, I'm looking. What is it? Episode 5, right? The Light of Day.
Yep.
Well, I'm glad you guys are enjoying it so far. And yes, the light of day. You want to say, but you guys are enjoying the song so far as well. We'll get there.
Ugh. So what else you guys want to talk about? What were some of your other favorite moments of this episode?
Well, let's see. I'm trying to think. I know you guys, let's see. I know you have the image. I know Nick L was wanting to bring it up from earlier. I just saw that on the Discord. Sorry, guys, if y'all were sending me messages on Discord.
I love you, Vic.
He wanted to take another look, and I know I have the screenshot. So at the very beginning of my screenshots, the one of the TV, and then at the if you click that, and then you scroll all the way down to the end of the screenshots where the man in yellow is, a box should pop up. Don't click on the man in yellow. If you hover over it, a box should pop up. So you can click the box, and it should let you double screen it.
Vic's on a roll. Jim sucks. Tabitha's an airhead. Fatima's a monster.
Can you hear me, Dana?
What? I'm sorry. Vic just has me dying.
I'm saying, Nick L wanted to take a look at. I brought your screenshots back up. So if you go back to the very beginning of the screenshots and you click on the one with the TV.
I'm sorry. Vic just had me dying.
And then you go all the way and then scroll all the way down to the very end of the screenshots. Scroll down on the bottom so you can scroll down without moving or clicking off of this one. All the way down, all the way, go all the way. speed slide. Click the little. If you click it, you can drag it.
Oh, I didn't know you could
There
do
you go.
that.
Yep, click and drag all the way down. Now hover, do not click it. Hover over that one. Do you see the little box in the corner? The right hand corner, there should be a little box. Click that. Oh, you accidentally clicked on a different one too. All right.
Oh, I know what you're trying to get me to do.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Double screen it because he wants to see if they are the same. What you guys think they're saying, and then you should be able to click off of that other one if you go to it. The third one you have up there, just click with the X. Don't delete, or you're gonna delete it forever. Did you even? You didn't listen to
it? Was a blank one.
It was it blank? I thought
I'm not good at this.
That's why I was trying to. You gotta listen. I was telling you, do not delete.
I'm still coming off cough medicine. Bear with me. These
all
two, right?
Yes, he wanted to compare the dude on the TV with the man in yellow. So, and again, that could be who that is. And I have another shot to add to that one that I found after I sent you those. Dang, I'm sorry. Oh,
I suck at this, Scarlett. You are so much better than me.
Stop. Oh, here. All right, hang on. I gotta find that. Where did I put it? In this episode?
That's it. Fire me. I'm a bad.
Stop. Stop. Say that. I'm trying to find it though because there's actually a screenshot from way back when oh my god, what was it? When Boyd comes out of the the dungeon and he's going back in and he goes into the Peach truck with Victor and them. And there's an image in there that could be like the man in yellow, possibly. I'm trying to figure out what did I do with those. Up there. There's the file folder. Sorry, folks. We were going to get it together.
I don't know how you do this, Scarlett.
It comes with
Nope, I don't know how you do this. I only have to do this for one night and I'm ready to throw in the towel.
All right, well, we're going to share this real quick. I'm going to show you guys what I'm talking about. If you guys might have already found this. When I was going through making the clips today for the song, I was going through and I was like, wait, what is this? And I was like, did we go over this? I was like, somebody had to have gone over this. I can't be the first one to see this. All right, so Stu, I try to make the picture better, but dude's got this yellow jacket on, kind of got a hairstyle. I mean, it's a different angle, right? Because the man in yellow is kind of what is that? Like the front view of him, where this is almost like a side view. Who is that? Is that the man in yellow in this picture? I don't know. Who's he with? Is that Miranda? Which? What's she doing?
What are you showing? Oh, that's too small. I can't see that.
Yeah, that she does have on a yellow jacket.
Where was this?
In the Peach truck.
In the Peach truck.
Yep. It's right, like there's the door. This is the door to the Peach truck where they came in at.
And
this is on that left side, right by the door.
You'll have to send me that so I can blow it up for myself. But you're saying that person in the painting, in the little picture, has on a yellow jacket?
Yes, he has a yellow jacket on. There's two people in the picture. There's a lady and a dude. And I'm just curious if it's going to be this guy here. If it's going to be this dude. And if that's... Because the closer you get up to it, it starts getting more blurry. Because honestly, it was on the desk and it wasn't that big. And I cropped it down and tried to make it bigger. But it's two individuals. I will make sure I put it in the Discord.
In the picture, it's
it.
Miranda with somebody in yellow?
I don't know who it is. I'm saying I think it's Miranda with somebody in yellow. I don't know who they are.
Gotcha.
Not sure. But still interesting nonetheless. So yeah, lots of little, and then again, he's got so many pictures that are in the Peach truck. That could just be Colony House, folks. I just was thinking, well, my God, we got this dude here now, and this is like more of a front face, and he does have hair. The guy in yellow's got like this little bit of hair on top of his head. So I thought, well, maybe it's just the way the angle is. Maybe what if this guy's the same dude, or maybe it's like an older version, younger version kind of thing. But who knows? It's just something to think about.
Yeah, I never noticed that.
I never noticed that either.
Actually, a good find.
There's something out there for you guys to check out. Papa Sock says, question. Why again was Boyd, Tabitha, and Elgin in the Peach truck? I believe it was because Tabitha was there with Victor because they had just come out of the caves. Boyd got there because he just came out of the dungeon and he was stumbling through the woods and seemingly got led to that point, and that's where he ended up where the Peach truck was. And then Elgin was running from the monsters. I don't know what, he just randomly running out and ended up running towards the Peach truck before they closed the door for Boyd. Elgin pops up running from the monsters, and that's at least from what I can recall. What do you guys? I think that's pretty much how they ended up there. But yeah, let's see what else you guys are saying. 4070 says Ellis is so sweet. Fromville just couldn't let love give them hope. I know. This place is pretty brutal. It takes a lot out of you. Folks got a lot they have to deal with. A lot of craziness going on. Poor Randall, he's done. Man, he got for real hurt. I don't know, man. He got for real hurt.
What, Randall?
Oh my gosh, man. And I was looking back at these blood splatters here. This is a lot more blood. Now, I know this blood splatter. I'm almost positive this one right here came from the EMT. I was trying to go back and see if the EMT, because his stomach was it was like under his chest where he got cut. So where this blood splatter is up here is a little bit extra blood splatter than what I thought the EMT had put on here, but I could be wrong about that. Because I believe that EMT hit that corner right here, like right down here, where the EMT hit. But I could be wrong. I had to go back and watch that again, because I was like, wait, there's another extra blood splatter. We got extra blood splatters. We got extra blood splatter over here. It looked like did they cut his leg somewhere? It made me think like he's got more scratches on him maybe than just his face. Let's see what else you guys are saying.
I'm going to have to go back and watch that episode again.
I know, man. I've been watching like 20 times sometimes just to try to find every little thing. And yes, I agree, Just Janice. I hope we get more time with the cabins. Yes, they've barely given us a glimpse of the cabins and what they're about, and they are just teasing us with it. I definitely cannot wait. Crazy Donuts says half his face is ripped off. Yes, they took his cheek meat. Or, well, they didn't take it. They left it there for him. They did. They ripped the cheek meat and left it there for Fatima. Little midnight snack after, gets the other white meat. That was Nikki. It's very tasty. See what else we got on these screenshots, and we can get diving into. And I know I watched I kind of watched through the trailer a little bit earlier this morning, just so I had a little bit of glimpse of it. I'm going to try to get those early screenshots and or the trailer for Friday night stream. Sorry, I'm trying to remember what night we're on. So we'll try to go and deep dive that a little bit more on Friday night. Let's see where we are. Let me reshare. and see where we are on CapCut. And again, whatever we don't finish tonight on here, whatever I don't quite get finished for you guys on CapCut, we can finish Friday night as well. And that way, if there is a particular clip you guys want that maybe I did not snag, that still gives you guys a little bit of a chance to at least let me know the episode and the season and all that you want, so that way I can try to clip it and get it loaded into CapCut before we finish. Let's see where. Let me stop. Let me share this back. Okay, let's CapCut. Oops, this one. There we are. All right. So let's see.
If you get in his way, he'll cut.
All right. So if you get in his way, he'll cut your throat. So I got to get Smiley.
Ready for the pain, he's
We gotta get Smiley. I know I got some Smiley. Where'd he go? Because Boyd gave him the worms. Man, they got some weird supernatural STDs on this place. The worms? I mean, that was just horrible. And they really are taking a lot from so many different horror tropes.
Sure, definitely.
I was even thinking about it. I was watching back through. I was like, oh, man, that was from this movie. Oh, that reminded me of this movie. There's so many good ones. I'm sorry. Like I said, when I'm starting to do this, I start sounding like I'm not as caring, but I'm honestly just hyper-focused. That's what happens when I get hyper-focused.
I hate to do this, but thank y'all for having me. I think I'm gonna just go in the chat and watch the rest of the show.
Awesome. Well, thank you for hanging with us.
Yeah, thank you for hanging.
No, thank y'all for having me. Thank y'all for having me. Well, I'll most definitely be in the chat.
All right,
awesome,
honey.
Hun. We will see you in the chat. But yeah, guys, again, thank you all for hanging with us tonight. I know it's the middle of the work week and it can get tiresome, but we appreciate you guys hanging with us. Hopefully you are all having an awesome time. Just Jenna says they would probably take him into Colony House after the ambulance. Yeah, we'll see who runs out if the monsters if they're gonna wait till daylight. I wonder if they're gonna wait till daylight to get Randall, or if they're gonna actually go out still while it's dark. All right, let's see. I gotta find the pain he's bringing to Smiley. Sorry, that's why we do
okay.
AI, because my voice sucks. I'm not the singer. Let's see. It was before all that. It was back at episode 1. Whoa.
What else is everybody saying? So I feel I'm very useless tonight.
And thank you again for hanging with us tonight, Baby Clay. Always a welcome panelist. See, Papa Sock says, then the next episode will take place in the same night. Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm curious to see if they're going to, if they're going to skip ahead through the night into the morning, or because I didn't even, like that. I watched the trailer, but I don't know if it made mention to it being if it was going to be the next day or not. So it's going to be interesting to see where they start off again.
I haven't seen the trailer.
I watched it today because it's quick. It's it's not really that long. It's only 30 seconds. So I checked it out just to make sure I got it before too late.
Yep, I did not see the trailer. What was it?
Just showing the town sort of. I know it's showing some of the town sort of having a town meeting. Doesn't sound like there's too many people who are happy. Tabitha's there, I believe. kind of telling what she's gone through. I know I remember seeing Jade and Tabitha looking like they might go through the tree. I'm trying to remember if I saw Sarah kind of with Victor, or at least that's who I thought it was, Sarah kind of leaning on Victor. Sound like they're getting ready to start coming together and trying to make some decisions. I wouldn't say the town was very happy though.
Oh, so they're going to confront her?
Well, I don't know just her, but just in general, like wanting to go to the tree and like Boyd trying to keep everybody calm. They're ready to start getting some answers, it sounds like. Because, I mean, Tabitha coming back would make anybody like, well, what the fuck are we still sitting around here for?
They're all going to bum rush that lighthouse, aren't they?
It's possible.
But, like, what are they going to, like, okay, let's say they get to the lighthouse.
Mm-hmm.
Is somebody actually going to throw themselves out the fucking window? And what if they go splat? Like, what if whoever decides to be the first to jump out the window goes splat?
It's possible. Let's see here.
Don't forget the parachute. You think so, Crazy Donuts? It's going to be Dale to take the first swan dive?
When the bell starts ringing.
Sure. Why not? People are asking to put the link in the chat. Should we just put the link in the chat?
Yeah, sure.
Anybody wants to come on? Sure. Hold on one second.
Here, I'll get it. I got it.
Got it?
Yeah, give me just a second and copy and paste it. And there it is, guys. I would just, if you guys want it, I will just ask and I'll put it back in there. I don't have YouTube open to pin it just yet. But yeah, so welcome anyone who wants to come on panel with us tonight. You are all welcome to hang out with us as we continue to create your Fromily song as well as talk some From.
Yes, all are welcome. All are welcome. Anybody wants to come on and chit chat with us?
Welcome, Cloud Flyer.
Greetings, Fromily.
Hi, honey bun.
Hello, Mama. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Just another day in paradise.
I love chatting to you. You're one of my favorite people.
Did we say where everyone's from? Greetings from Las Vegas to everyone.
I'm
Alabama.
from New York.
New York, Alabama in the house. Okay. We're all over the map tonight.
That's
Sounds
right.
familiar.
I'm your typical Italian from New York.
We're gonna have to draw a little.
I try to hide it.
We're gonna have to draw a little Fromily map one day. See where everyone's from. I think that would be cool.
We should get a map and we should put little pegs where everybody's from.
I would love that.
Have our own little Fromily map. Oh, okay. I'm gonna do that. Challenge accepted.
Challenge accepted. Tina,
So
I like what you were
what's up,
saying
honey?
before. I definitely wanted to respond, and I don't know if it was in this chat or if it was in Jeremy's chat, but folks were looking at the photos from next week's episode, and they were saying how there's going to be a little civil war in Fromville, and half the folks are going to kind of be siding with Randall. The other half are going to be siding with Boyd. But I think everybody wants to make a beeline for that lighthouse at this point.
Somebody's gonna go splat. Somebody's gonna jump out that friggin' lighthouse, and somebody's gonna go splat because it ain't gonna work.
We predicted, or not predicted, but we said that there were going to be 3 major deaths this season. We can't have a death every episode. I feel like that takes a little bit of the impact away from a death. when we have them every episode. Now we lost Tien Chen, we lost Nikki. Who else have we lost? The paramedics. I think I have one more death in me this season before I'm like, okay, you guys have no survival instincts whatsoever.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah. I'm trying to think of who else, if there was anybody else that they got so far this season. Oh, that was it, wasn't it? Yeah, that was it. Oh wait, we forgot the cow. The poor cow.
Oh my gosh, those animals.
The cow mattered. It was important, so important that Boyd forgot all protocol.
My mom is still
after it.
traumatized by that cow.
More than the gutted EMTs. Those
Yup.
EMTs got.
My mom was so mad about that cow.
Actually, I think that's actually pretty common. When people see animal deaths on screen, they tend to have a very, strong reaction to it. I think we're more immune to people dying on screen than animals.
Definitely. So what about you? You who do you think? So you think somebody's gonna walk in on Fatima eating Nikki?
Well, are we talking about the images that are already online? Are those considered spoilers? Because I'm ready to talk.
What images? Who were they released by? MGM?
I want to say they're released by MGM, and then there's a trailer of episode 5 that somebody recorded off of their phone. So we have stills and we. Okay.
Because I know the trailer I'm okay with. I just didn't know, because I know there's some stuff that even MGM puts out that's like extra spoilery. God, it's such a hard thing to say. If it's out of the trailer, I would say yeah, I would definitely fair game.
I think this is a still that was taken out of the trailer, and I'm just describing something. I'm not gonna, say anything that can't be found online. Just fair warning. There's a still image.
Did somebody catch Fatima?
I think someone does catch her because of a very peculiar look that they seem to be giving, and they seem to be giving it to her. So I think she does get caught in the middle of, one of her snacking sessions.
Ooh.
And she might be, forced to either tell a lie or come clean and tell the truth. Both are bad.
Because and I like the point that Baby Clay brought up before.
What did he say before?
He said that where the bullet hole was, these monsters like to rip open the abdomen. And Fatima probably couldn't do that how she was. So they gave her like an opening to be able to get to like her Nikki's insides.
That is so interesting.
Right?
I mean, what you're saying suggests that she's right on the border of just full-on cannibalism, like eating the flesh, eating the organs. And if that's the case, I feel like she was just kind of like experimenting or exploring with her finger last episode. But if she starts to, get graphic with it and gouge and start fisting, then I think, she's a full-on cannibal at that point.
But can we blame it on the baby? Like, is she only doing this because she's quote unquote pregnant? Because that's another thing Baby Clay got me thinking now. Is it a phantom pregnancy? Like, is it just to get her to turn into a monster?
If that was the case, then she would have been closer to meeting her goal when she wasn't eating, rather than eating all of this bad stuff, getting stronger, having birth, and then dying through childbirth. Oh my God, that is an option.
Right?
You're right. That is an option.
Right? He's fucking with my mind.
Getting her strong enough just to be able to give birth, and then he doesn't need the host anymore. It's like from Alien when they need their host just long enough to burst out of them, and then the person's dead. So that they very well could be taking inspiration from those, body horror films that we all have come to know and love.
Oh no, this is like the Grumbledore chest burster. I know, I swear, if we see a fucking chest burster, I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna leave it.
Well, I don't think they'll go that crazy on us. That could. We've seen some open chest cavities before. It's not like it's unheard of, but I don't think they're going to do that to such a beloved character. But they did it to Tien Chen, so that you really can't. I really can't say that.
I know, because it's still stuck in the back of my mind what the producer said. We are going to lose more than one of our like beloved members. So who's considered beloved? That is as beloved as Tien Chen was. Like, who's up there in that caliber?
Fatima, Christy,
Yup.
Kenny,
Yup.
Jade.
Well, Jeremy kind of said it right, because that message we got him for his birthday from Jade, with Jade still being all scraggled out and having his beard and stuff, I think that kind of spoiled it enough for us to be like, yeah, I think he's going to be fine.
You think he makes it to the end of the season at least?
At least, because he's right. If we saw him clean shaven in that message, I would have been like, oh no. Because it probably definitely is contracted in that he can't shave for filming purposes. So I think we can kind of say it's at least safe that Jade's going to make it.
I don't want to step on anybody's theory, but what about Ethan? What about Ethan's premonition that him and Julie are going to be on their own, that they're going to have to take care of each other before it's all said and done? Could one of the Matthews?
You think they'd bring fucking Tabitha back just to kill her?
Absolutely.
You do?
Absolutely. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be her.
I don't know if I consider her beloved. Like, she's another one of those characters that, me personally, if she were to die, I wouldn't be as sad as, let's say, Donna or Kenny or Jade. Like, it's like Fatima and Jim to me. I don't know if it's just the way their characters have played out. I'm kind of like, you people are always throwing yourselves to die. So if you die, I wouldn't be upset.
They definitely have a, YOLO type of feel when it comes to them. Like, every time they go out of the house, it could be their last time. And I agree. I don't think Tabitha is as beloved as Donna. Certainly it's not Jim, but these are characters who've been around since season 1, and we've entered Fromville from their perspective. So to die on screen would be a huge blow, I think,
so
to the
how
audience.
Many deaths do you think we're going to have? We've had Tien Chen. Do you think we're going to get 1 or 2 more?
I think we're going to get 1 more.
1 more? You don't think they're going to push it past 2?
I don't think it would be smart of them to push it past 2, because there aren't but so many, fan favorites to begin with. So if you alienate, folks too much, it's like, why should I keep watching? My favorite character's gone. I don't care what happens now, because my favorite character won't be able to, live it. That's just my 2 cents.
No, that is very true. But then my mind always goes back to shows like The Walking Dead, like Game of Thrones, to where they weren't, and I'm not talking about the TV shows. In the comic book for Walking Dead, Robert Kirkman was not afraid to kill people. Like, it was only in the TV show did people have plot armor. But in the comic book, when I tell you, nobody was off limits. So when we say invested in a character on a show like this, I don't know if you can really be invested in a character because of the situations that they're in. It is a dire situation day after day. So I would find it less believable if people didn't get killed, because what are the odds in a situation like this? All your favorite characters are going to make it.
That is a very good point.
You know what I mean?
I think Jim is going to split the town. Okay.
Oh, I wouldn't put it past him.
how? I'm curious. Can we ask how?
Sure. And anybody, the link is, if you want the link and you'd like to come on and talk with us, you can certainly come and join the panel if you'd like.
I'm putting the link back in the chat for you guys.
Yes, and Crazy Donuts, I'm going to tell you something. When Glenn died, that is actually a very pivotal, and I'm sorry to change the subject, but a lot of people don't know this because they didn't read the comic book. I am a very big Walking Dead graphic novel fan. Glenn, if he died in the comic book the way he died on the TV show, and that progressed the story of what happened in The Walking Dead. So I know it pissed off a lot of people, but it was such a pivotal, I can't even talk. It was so important for him to die because it's what progressed the story forward, and a lot of people just don't know that because they did not know about the comic book. And somebody just came, 40 Stephanie. I get to put a voice with the name. Welcome.
Welcome.
Did I add her to stage correctly?
Yeah, let me see. Hang on. Yeah, she is on. Oh, you're muted now. It might be just a thing where you came in. Did it share? Did you properly She can try again. Yeah, when you come in, guys, make sure you properly click the to allow your mic and stuff too as well, if that's what you were coming on to hang out with us. Not again, guys, that link is if you want to come hang out on panel on StreamYard.
That's a very good example because I remember that episode where he died, and I think that was probably that was the season I stopped watching as well. I think I finished out that season, which would have been like season 7, and then I stopped watching.
Don't be scared, 40 Stephanie. It's absolutely okay. We're just regular people talking about the show. You don't have to be scared at all. You are more than welcome to. It's okay.
I remember 40 Steph was getting active in the Discord. I know she's not shy to talk on the chat. Let's go, Steph.
I'd love to hear your voice and put a voice with the little emoji. Oh, avatar. I always call it an emoji. Avatar. But you know what I mean? Like, there are certain deaths that are needed to move stories forward. So I don't like it when people have plot armor, especially in a show like this, because I personally think even Boyd should be on the table. Because
Boyd's head's been on the chopping block so many times. I mean, I don't think there's any real payoff in killing a character like Boyd, but I understand everybody has to, in order for it to be believable, everybody has to feel vulnerable to a certain extent.
Mm-hmm. Because, I mean, look at the world they're in. They're not just, we're not watching like a love story. We're not watching something that, is one of those stories to where it's just they're in an everyday scenario. They're in a fucking nightmare. They're in a fucking nightmare with monsters that could literally rip your face off. So nobody should really be safe. One wrong decision, one wrong move should cost your life or the life of the people who are around you if you are not careful. You know what I mean?
I do, and here's where I think the show kind of stumbled a little bit in these first seasons, and I think they're finding their footing now. The first season is so much like this current season that the second season really felt like it was more of a, we're in this environment, but let's focus on the people. Let's focus on the relationships. Let's focus on how folks interact with one another. And now we're back to life or death. Every time I go out the door could be my last time. The tone of the show has markedly changed from season 2. I think we can all agree on that.
Yes.
And there's just more stakes.
Because now think about it. Tabitha's back.
Yes.
You can't blame the town for wondering how did this happen? How did you get out? So somebody's going to want to attempt to do that.
They're gonna want to attempt to do it, but
so are they gonna redshirt it? And it's gonna be some red shirt we don't care about that throws themselves out of the fucking lighthouse? Or are they gonna get to the tree and the tree is no longer going to lead them to the lighthouse?
probably the latter. You can't catch lightning in a bottle twice, that kind of thing. If they even have the guts to go out into the woods at night and risk,
Because I know I did see an image where it was, I believe, Tabitha, Jade, and Ethan at that bottle tree.
This would have been from the episode upcoming, or this would have been from like something older?
This was like something older, like somebody just MGM dropped a couple of screenshots and somebody sent me a couple of screenshots of stuff because they were asking me a question of when could this be? When do you which episode do you think this is going to be in? And I was like, I'm not too sure because it showed Tabitha already back in Fromville. So I was like, I'm not too sure. So now it's making me wonder, is she gonna fucking go through that tree with her kid?
I don't think she could. I don't think Fromville will send her back into the real world again. And if they did, it'd kind of be pointless.
Where'd you get the screenshot? I didn't see. Which one are you talking about?
There was a screenshot. I deleted it because it was a while ago and it was way, way before the season even started. So it was something I was like, oh, I don't want to know about this. But
why are you telling me? You make me think this was no spoilers, Dana.
No, it's not a spoiler now because it's out again. It's out there.
Well, I know, but what is it though? Was it from the season or is it?
It's from the trailer.
Well, I thought you said you didn't watch it.
No, I didn't watch the trailer, but I know it's now from the trailer.
Oh, okay.
I didn't watch the trailer that Jeremy put up.
I didn't want to watch it, but I ended up watching it. I don't think there's any benefit in going into the episode completely blind, but I felt like we all completely wrote the script for episode 4. Everything that we said happened in the order that we were talking about it in. Predicting who would shoot Nikki, that Nikki would be the one to get shot and die. All of that was predicted in the Discord or in the individual chats.
But if I remember correctly, didn't Victor say that specific bottle tree always led to the lighthouse? Because his mom said that bottle tree did that.
I have to go back and rewatch.
I mean, he said that, but again, it's we're gonna find out how true that is because that's what she believed. So Victor believed what she believed. So it's possible that is the only place. I mean, that's all we know of for now, but we'll find out when more people start going through these trees how they really work.
I like what Just Jenna says. She says, I think you have to be a chosen to use the bottle tree. Anyone else will get sent other places or get trapped. That's interesting. So it's we're at the midway point now. So it's I'm just wondering what else we're going to get in these, because we've basically seen everything almost in the original trailer. We are at the point to where we know nothing. I don't think there's anything left out of the original trailer we got that we haven't seen. So now we're at the point to where we don't know, we don't have anything to go off of. So it makes me really curious to what we're going to get for the rest of the season.
Yeah, I mean, there's still a lot of unanswered questions. Um, just a lot of little things that we're not sure of yet. So who knows? I don't know where they're gonna really take us. I'm still hoping they continue with the dreams. Um, even thinking about the place where Martin was at. I was going back through getting the clips when Boyd was down there. And I know we've talked about it before. I know somebody has brought it up, but how Boyd was so wet. Was it from the rain, or was he having a dream within a dream? Which is like, it's a weird thing, but I've actually had something like that. Not like his, where his is like even more so because he's actually physically manifesting it, like having the water on his body. But have you ever had one of those dreams where you are in a dream and you're going through and you're like, okay, it's time to wake up. You think you wake up, but then you're still in a dream.
Yes.
And you just keep repeating it and you can't tell. So you're almost like trapped within a dream because you're like dreaming, but then you think you're awake and you're not. You actually see yourself within that dream while going to a new dream. So it's like a weird, I wonder if they're having some kind of weirdness of that magnitude, but more on a supernatural level. Like this place is just really layering itself. Because he was like soaking wet. And it seemed like he was dripping a little more than sweat. And when he was down there, he was, because it shows him, using the bell, like he's having a dream where he's back in town with the bell and he's ringing the bell only to find himself back in the hole, the nightmare. A dream within a dream. And like the storm comes and he's like soaking wet. He's dripping like almost as if it's sweat, but his clothes, right? His his pants, everything was like just drenched. It looked like he just looked a little bit more than just sweat. But then again, it could have just been sweat.
Oh no.
But yeah, guys, let's see. I didn't get too much more. I'm trying to find certain clips to put in. So what we'll do is we'll just play through one more time what we got. And then let's see, did I get that spot right?
So who was your vote for out of the 3 songs? Did you vote for the male singer or one of the 2 ladies?
I voted for I like the male singer, and then I like I don't know if you're playing them in order, but the middle song, which is the first.
Number 2.
Yeah, number 2. So it's between number 1 and number 2. I'm not mad at either one of those. To be honest.
So Momo says, I have read all the Walking Dead comics and A Song of Ice and Fire. And yeah, any character can die. Yup, very much so. Very, very much so. And that, because like they're in such a dire world that's to be expected. So that's what I'm hoping. Like, I just don't want From to lose that sense of worry. Because once you take that away, it's like, then how dangerous is the world they're living in?
Agreed. But I've also watched enough shows in recent years to feel that like that unsatisfaction or that dissatisfaction that comes when a show has just completely gutted itself, when it has started to tear away pieces of itself, trying to create something new, trying to create something original. There is a core, there is a fabric to these shows. And when you take away those key elements, like characters who've been there from the very beginning, it kind of takes away the thing that makes the show feel special. Take The Walking Dead. It didn't when oh my god, I'm drawing a name blank. When what's his name? When Lincoln left the show.
Yes.
Daryl is a beloved character, but I don't think he's a leading man. I don't think he can lead a show like The Walking Dead, which have been on the air for over a decade. That's just my opinion. And a show like From, if you start chipping away at the characters that folks love, and we're still in our infancy here, 3 seasons compared to like 10 seasons, folks are gonna, folks have options.
It's okay, Momo. He said, I'm on a 10-minute delay. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Just Jenna says, just watch the season 3 trailer again. Yes, everything in it has happened already. Excited for the unknown of the last half of the season. Yes, I am too. Because now we're all on an even playing field. We don't know anything. Except for the trailers that we get at the end of the episode on Sunday nights. So it's like, I'm excited to get that, like, okay, we know nothing about what's going to happen right now.
We know something's going to happen.
Yes. And I don't know who said it, but somebody said that they think the next 2 episodes are going to possibly be filler episodes. So we're going to get a lot of talk, a lot of exposition. To me, that doesn't make it a filler. Because we need some talking now. We finally need some talking in this show. These folks need to come together and share some information. So I'm not against seeing these guys talk.
Well, season 2 was all talk, and we didn't get any answers. And they did not talk about the things that they should have been talking about. When that person says filler, in a weird way, I do feel like I know what they mean. Where the show continues, and this is canon, but it does not push the story forward. If we have an episode full of discussion that doesn't push the narrative forward, that doesn't reveal anything that we didn't already know before, it would be a waste of an episode on an already short series.
Yeah, to me, like a filler episode is, okay, next episode, all of a sudden we're going to see 2 background characters who we've never met before go on a mini adventure. Like what? Who are these people? Why are you giving me this episode? Like, don't steer away from like the real story. To me, that's a filler. And they did that a lot in Lost. But again, Lost had 24 episodes to burn. From doesn't have any episodes to burn. So I don't think they could get away with filler.
Yeah, I hope we don't lose see, that's the whole thing. It's such a delicate balancing act. You don't want to lose momentum. You don't want to build up something just to let it, fall flat. You want there to be a payoff every single episode. And we're at the midway mark. So this is the first of the mid-season episodes. So we need it.
Yeah. And it's like with like a season finale named Revelations, you better be giving me something.
And that's like, a 2-parter, right? So yeah,
Revelations to me, something's discovered. Like I'm hoping at least with Revelations, we are going to be sitting here like, what the fuck did we just watch? Just like this last episode. We finished watching, we all hopped in the back room and we're like, what in the bloody hell did we just finish watching? You know what I mean? So
I do.
I'm hoping with Revelations that we're going to get some big reveal. At least one. You don't have to give, like, maybe a reveal on the monsters, I would take. A reveal on the boy in white, I would take. A reveal on what the entity could be. Like, there are so many reveals. You could give us one of them at this point to let us sit with until season 4 starts.
Does a reveal of the monsters necessarily mean a reveal of Fromville and understanding all that makes up Fromville?
No, because like Martin said, they're just the tip of the spear. So I don't think they in itself will reveal anything. I would just maybe like to see a monster creation, or were these the monsters that were roaming around at the time of our settlement in the cabins?
Wow.
Like, are these the monsters of Fromville that, stalk the cycles? Or is this just the monsters for this cycle? Like, I feel there's reveals we could get about the monsters that won't give away what From is, but just gives us a little piece of that tip of the spear. So then what's next? So if you're saying these are your pawns, your minions, then what's the next monster?
Yeah, who's your knight? Who's your bishop?
Exactly. Like, okay, let's move up from the tip of the spear a little bit. Who would be above them?
Grumbledore wants more. Says the story hasn't really moved much over 3 seasons. Again, it goes back to pacing, a show has to pace itself. Now, somebody said that the director or the creators of the show already knew how they wanted it to end. Is that accurate?
Yes, that is accurate, because that's just the way these guys work, because that's how they did it with Lost. With Lost, they knew the beginning and they knew the end. It was the middle that they kind of worked their way to get from A to B, but they always knew how it was going to start and how it was going to end. So the producer said same thing with From. He knows how it's starting and he knows how it's going to end. It's the middle that they grow as the show does.
Okay.
But yes, that's a good question, Vic. What answers have we gotten so far? None, really, to be honest with you. What answers have we gotten? I don't think we've really gotten any.
Trying to think.
Exactly. If you got to think about it, I don't think we got any.
I don't know.
Wow.
I mean, we know that the talismans work on the houses somewhat. We know little things. I think. I don't know. Not sure.
Origin wise, we don't know much, but in terms of like the workings of the town and what the town is capable of, we know what we've seen.
Yep.
True. Grumbledore says, I'm calling it now. The monsters are the former townsfolk. Mr. Gerber, that Victor mentioned, is the creature that Acosta shot at and missed. Could be.
Possible,
yeah.
Tabitha and this crazy donut says, I guess what we know is Tab in the real world and everything is happening in cycles. Those are some points that I believe we know. I believe Tabitha for real in the real world. That one I think is 100%, and that everything is happening in cycles. I do believe that as well.
When you say cycles, it sounds predictive. It sounds like a pattern. We know that Tabitha is experiencing the same thing that Miranda experienced, but she didn't experience it in the same way. So
it's like, okay, like to me, a cycle doesn't have to be exactly the same in order for it to cycle through. There could be slight variations, but the core is still remaining the same.
Which is the visions. Mm-hmm. What is the core of the cycle in this example? Is it her visions?
Well, I don't see Tabitha. Tabitha thinks she is doing the same thing that Miranda is doing. I think Tabitha is really, Jade is more like Miranda.
Mm.
Didn't make it to the lighthouse yet, but who knows? He might be making it there very soon. I see a lot of parallels between Jade and Miranda. They both seem to have to be. They both did sort of a drug trip prior to them sort of seeing things. She said she was on the last trip. That's when she started seeing visions. And Jade said he pretty much seen him as soon as he started coming in. He was sort of on highly intoxicated. The way Victor says that, he says things are changing. It's never happened before that he has seen. But he can't remember. Almost like he's trying to remember what's happening. Like this has happened before. Things are changing. He's the way he talks is so weird because he says he can't remember, but that things are changing. But he doesn't remember it. But something he needs to remember has happened before, so he can stop it from happening again. So it makes you think that there's these constant cycles in this place. The fact that we saw in the settlement or cannibal village, depending on how you want to reference it, we see seemingly a start of a place. This is be like a settlement. So there's a building there that happens to be torn down in some manner, just like we kind of see the same, similar, not the same, but a similar cycle in the sense of how in the town a house collapsed, at least one. So we see these similar patterns that sort of cycle through.
Each other.
To me, I see them as cycles. I see them as similar patterns of cycles that go through this place.
Oh, so you mean like how for the I'm just calling it, what do you guys call it? Cannibal Village, whatever the cabins are. They had the totems. Fromville has the talismans. We see the building collapsed in the cabins, a building collapsed in From.
Mm-hmm.
We hear monsters outside the cabins that seem to be different from the monsters that stalk From.
And it's cycling through. Like it's almost as if, the slight details may be different, but there's still this core that is cycling through.
Interesting.
That is interesting.
I never thought of it like that.
Then that would suggest that town, not the town, the cabin, the collection of cabins, that is older than Fromville or the town in Fromville. I know we were talking about that a few weeks ago, like what was older or which chronologically came first.
And even to take it even further,
which came first, the talismans or the totems?
And to take it even further, we also have what I call, so right now the way I could see it is there's three main I'm gonna call them towns for this purpose, but they're not towns. We have a town, we have the cabins, then in between, I'm calling it in between because I don't have the map in front of me, but where the church is there. I want to say not too far from the church is the root cellar. And not too far from the root cellar, matter of fact, right alongside the root cellar is another set of stone work that seems to have collapsed or deteriorated over time. Something happened to it, almost as if it has the outline of a building or a fence. It's right next to the cellar, to the root cellar. Because when you can kind of see it, you see it better when I believe Boyd and Kenny are walking, when he has the worms and the ballerinas coming out, you see the stone working on the side. Similar stone working, I believe, as we see with Martin. So it's another variation of a place that parts of it are still standing but have kind of gone away, or almost as if some parts are standing, some parts are not. Because even within the town, there's a pool with no hotel. What happened to it? We see even possibly I think there was another place where it looked like there was a foundation but no house. So that's, again, it's another similar repetitive pattern going through this place of a town or a established location, town, village, whatever. Something happening there, parts of it deteriorating over time, and a new place starting. The cycle repeats. except for the lighthouse. So the lighthouse to me is the only standing building that has not changed, other than you see a little bit of damage to it now, and there was a little bit before Tabitha, but it was one of the only things that looked like it's old and hasn't been damaged as much as I would say compared to everything else there, because I believe it can't. It's special, but not just because it's special, but it's something along with the fact that I think that the boy in white hangs out there, but also the fact that it's not electric, which shouldn't matter because all these other things weren't electric. But there was something about the lighthouse not being electric and the way it's being, like the way it's operating, like the mechanics behind the light source, I think is protecting it.
Well, so the chat has some stuff to say. I don't know if you want to read some of the chat, Scarlett.
Let's see. Dre, I'm sorry if I say the last part wrong. Erizep. The thing with cycles is how many people are repeated in a single cycle. Main cast has only been there for the most of few years, and the previous dates lasted much longer than that. So let's see, he continues on and says, so what cycle would Victor have entered in? Would the last cycle have ended on the day of the massacre and with the death of Miranda? And we don't know yet. Because if you look at the dates, there's quite a bit of period between some of the dates, and they don't all match up. We don't know what starts or ends a cycle.
And Victor could be an anomaly.
That's what I was about to say. Victor not being able, the cycle was supposed to have ended, which is possibly why the boy in white looks so upset. Like when Victor first sees him and he does like the flashbacks of the boy in white at the massacre, he doesn't look happy. It wasn't until later if he kind of walks and Victor picks up the items that we know Victor picks up the items, right? We didn't know that part prior when we first see the flashbacks. You see the boy in white, he seems kind of like deterred, like, what the fuck is this dude doing here? And then he's kind of like, okay, we'll just pick up the items and and now we're all just friends and it's fine, right? Everything's just hunky-dory. You collected the items for me. But the cycle couldn't continue. They were still trapped there in that cycle. So it's possible that that's why things are happening a little differently. That's maybe why Victor said things are different this time, because they're breaking the cycle. The cycle always continued, perhaps, until now. What changed? Not sure. Like, again, for me, that I'd have a little bit more information on the beginning of a cycle and the end of a cycle. I just see it as a cycle because it seems to have a lot of repetitiveness in it, even within its, like, almost like cycles within a cycle, because the people who have died seem to be cycled through to like the new people who come in seem to just cycle in and take their place, as if there is a order that has to be established. Things have to go this way. It's going to constantly rotate in a similar manner depending on the time the cycle is in. But then again, that could be just how it could be so far
would
off
someone have been pregnant then too, you think?
Honestly, it's possible then. I mean, if that's the logic I'm going with, then I would have to say yes. Perhaps that person didn't make it. Perhaps they weren't able to eat.
Maybe they didn't get a Nikki.
Maybe they didn't get a Nikki, or they just, like I said, I don't know if the cycles continuing create more or less power. I don't know if these are cycles that are endless in the sense that there is no breaking a cycle. It just is what it is. It repeats upon itself endlessly. Almost just like an endless loop that you can't break. But on the cave drawings, it looked as if there was a break or a possibility to break the cycle and leave. Now they showed it as like two people leaving, so I don't know how that's going to work. Maybe that's going to end up being Jade and Tabitha leaving somehow together. Maybe you have to have a certain like two parties who are opposing or something to work together and leave in order to break the cycle. I don't like, I'm not sure yet where that's going to fall. I can't wait till they give us some more information to see how that kind of works. And it may not have anything to do with cycles. This place may just run its course and it has nothing to do with the cycle. It just runs as it runs. But it seems to have an end game. So yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah, you got me rambling. I don't know.
No, you're not rambling. It's very interesting. What about you, Cloud? Like, what is your running theory?
I'm enjoying the show so much. I've tried not to attach myself to any one particular train of thought that could possibly lead me to the end of the show.
That's exactly what Ravener says.
You know, I don't want this show to end. And so I don't want to create an ending for it in my mind. But I guess I'm leaning towards, Fromville being some sort of interdimensional reality, some sort of portal between this world and a darker realm, hell or something, purgatory.
Yep. That's kind of what, like, I'm digging that because that's kind of like where my mind goes.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with like Lost, like, and I say this because it just makes the most sense in my mind. They literally advertise that this is done by the people who did Lost. So if they didn't want that connection to be made, they wouldn't have advertised it that way. And with Eloise in there saying that there's more than one place like the island that exists, I just can't get that out of my mind because Lost, the island, you could kind of say that was like its own dimension. It worked the same way From did. You could move it. You couldn't enter it there was specific ways to enter it and to leave it. And if the island was light, this place is darkness. So I believe that it's like a dark realm, like you say, not purgatory, not like the literal hell, but it's definitely somewhere where it could be interpreted as that.
Let me ask you a question because I remember I remember that conversation where we started bringing up the parallels between this and Lost. And do you think the creators are trying to fix something? Do you think they're trying to right the wrongs of whatever criticism came out of Lost fandom with this show? Or do you think this show stands on its own and they're just trying to do something original and they're pulling from previous experiences to create a standalone show?
Me personally,
yes,
I think that it's a standalone. I don't think they're trying to fix anything with Lost because I don't think Lost needed to be fixed. I think the problem with people who think that Lost needs to be fixed are either people who didn't understand the ending, because there's a lot of people who didn't get the ending. And once you explain what the ending really was, they're like, oh, that's different. I didn't get that. Or they're just people who really didn't like the ending because they felt not all their questions were answered. I think Lost, it gave you everything it needed to give you. And its ending was closing out the story. And it did that for me personally. So that's why I think that they set themselves up to be able to create other worlds by having one of their characters in there stating that there's other worlds like the island, because they knew that they were eventually going to go down this road of creating other storylines like this. And it gives them the tie-in they need to build their universe, because that's what things are doing now. Look at Marvel, look at Law and Order, look at the Chicago making universes is what they're doing now. So I think that this is its own standalone place, just in the same universe as Lost.
That makes sense.
Because I personally don't think Lost needed to be fixed. it answered every question. I mean, they made a friggin' encyclopedia just to show you how everything connected and that nothing was a throwaway. I don't think there was anything more you could have gotten from Lost.
I want us to be able to say this about From when that fateful day comes. I want us to be able to say there are no more loose ends to tie up, there are no more threads to pull. Everything was answered and everything has been satisfied. I hope we can have that same conversation.
I'm hopeful of that too. And if it's the same people who created Lost, so I very much think we're going to get that. I just think that everybody kind of wants answers now. And everybody's impatient because we want to know. We want to know. Like, there's stuff we want to know. But I think we're going to get everything in due time because these guys know what they're doing. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I'm actually, even though we're not getting real answers, I'm satisfied with what we're getting because they're these little morsels that sort of answer, like, as if you really, because when you go back and you rewatch and then you're looking at these things, you're like, okay, that kind of makes a little more sense. It's almost like you're starting to get the pieces. And eventually, I know it sucks to have to wait, but I think we're going to get all the answers. And it might be in a similar fashion to Lost. I shouldn't say similar. It's not like the same, but not necessarily all the flashbacks, flash forward, sideways type of deal, but how they connected things and how things could, like, how you would watch through things. You would think, okay, they're never going to show us anything else on this. It was just something that they did. We'll never even know. Because I remember that with, like, there was a part where Locke actually hits dude over the head or whatever. And I thought they were never going to show us that. They did. Even the airplane, right? In Lost. They found the airplane. I was like, oh man, are we ever going to get to that? Eventually they got to it. Like, everything they eventually got to, it may have taken, I know they have more episodes and it's a whole different time and a different beast, but just the way that these guys, their mind works, at least with that show, and how I think they are doing it now in this show in a similar fashion. The bracelet, we were worried if that was going to be throwaway because it had been a minute since we had seen the bracelet or thought the bracelet was coming back into play in any meaningful way. It came back. I know everybody's worried. I know some people worry about Baka, right? Like, she's just throwaway, like, her storyline. What is she there for? We never really got back to her about the nursery rhyme. I've noticed now that she is in most episodes and they're starting to bring her in slowly. She's becoming more relevant. Tilly's still kind of relevant. Like, they're there and they're giving you enough so that when the time comes for them to reveal some things, the characters aren't forgotten. They're still there. They're giving you little lines. They're giving you little bits so that when the time comes, those things will make more sense. That's what I think.
Let me ask you a question. When Lost went back to answer some of those older questions or to tie up some of those loose ends, did it still fit where the overall theme of the show was going, or had they kind of missed their moment and just kind of wrapped up something that folks had kind of turned their attention away from?
No, it all fit. You got the reveals in the order you needed to get them in.
Okay.
Like, even there was one storyline that we were given in the very first season of two characters that they deemed Adam and Eve. We did not get the answer to that story until the series finale.
Oh,
That's how long they made you wait for that answer. But when you got that answer at the end of the show, it brought tears to your eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Because you understood what it was and who they were and how it literally made the story what it was.
Even with, like, remember the Dharma Initiative, or what was it, the base? Like, I watched it like one time through, and it wasn't when it came out. I'm trying to remember, but the doctor guy that had the recordings where they went into the facilities and they got like a piece at a time. But it
Yes.
felt like forever for we to get to that. But when we got that next piece, it was like, oh, holy shit.
Yes.
Rewatch
And
it.
then when you
Replay.
found out
Replay.
who he was connected to
Oh,
and
yes.
how it
How?
worked, you were just like, how did they do that?
How did we miss this shit? And I didn't even watch it when it came out. This is like I said, I watched this years later. Like after season 2 of From came out, I finally decided to check it out. And I was just like, holy shit, okay, now I see how From works. And not that I can answer any of the questions on From, like what it is, but I understand better some of the things that may have frustrated me as a viewer don't frustrate me anymore. Because I know if they're following that same formula, it does matter. And it may not matter. Like some things, most of it was big reveals, but there might be something that may not be as big that they never, but I don't think there's anything in the show I can't think of in Lost that they didn't get back to in one form or another that like, I can't think of any loose ends in Lost. Now, again, that was a long show and I'm trying to think because even the characters, their backstories, they made sure to tie all that together. The numbers they tied it together.
Everything was connected in one way or another.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you had 2 characters in the show who there came to a point to where it was revealed that the dude sat down at the bar with the guy's father before he died and left him a message, and he was able to give them the message, and it like blew everybody's mind.
Mm-hmm.
Like there was just so many little things that you thought were never going to come full circle, and when you got it, it made sense. Just like I think they're gonna tell us what the bile is.
The polar bears. Answer the fuck the polar bears were about, and that shit threw me off for the longest fuck. Like what the fuck, polar bears and the magazine, right?
Mm-hmm.
The fucking magazine, man. The polar bears and the goddamn magazine. Shit threw me off for the longest time. They revealed what, and it may not, and I don't even remember if the polar bears were that significant other than the fact that they were testing stuff on the island and the polar bears were one of those tests, but it still gave us what the meaning of those polar bears were.
Just like I think we're going to get answers to the bile. I just don't think it's the moment yet that where the bile is going to make sense.
And it may not be the big ticket item we want. It may be just something as simple as the creatures. It's a sign of the creatures and what they are, or like their origins or how they work. Like that's a symbol of something with them particularly, but it's not going to be like what Boyd thought it was going to be, like a killer, or it had to do with cicadas per se.
Or the fucking bile, you have it on you and it lets you inside a specific part of the tunnel.
Something like that. Yeah. Like it's not going to be like what we think the meaning is going to be. So it may not, I don't know. The way Lost did it, it really would blow your mind every time. Because when I watch, I'm like, the hell did I not see that? Like, oh, okay, it was that simple, or it was, oh, wow, that's how far back it went.
Yep.
Wow.
Yes.
If you haven't watched Lost, I highly recommend that you watch Lost because it will make you look at From in a whole totally different way.
Yes, and Dre says John Locke falling in the well also led to a big moment of that story. Yeah, lots of things that happened. Oh, even the hatch, right?
Tabitha's bracelet. I very much think Tabitha's bracelet is going to be just like John Locke's compass. I think it in itself is going to do a loop, just like John Locke's compass did. That's why they keep showing us the bracelet. Because in Lost, they kept showing us John Locke's compass. And we never knew why until it was finally explained to us what this compass was. But it just kept popping up. Just like Tabitha's bracelet keeps popping up. So I think we're going to get a full circle when it comes to Tabitha's bracelet.
Yeah, I hope so. My whole full circle was that Miranda saw it in a vision, trying to figure out like making stuff, trying to figure out what the hell her visions were about, and she made Miranda's bracelet I'm not Miranda, I'm sorry. She made Tabitha's bracelet, and then Tabitha made hers, and this place took it because it takes lost things. Miranda finds it in From. Victor finds it on her. Victor ends up putting it, or I'm assuming he puts it somewhere, or to the point to where it ends up in the diner, and that's where Tabitha finds it again. But that's not quite the same kind of loop as what they
But
did
it
in
is still a
Lost.
loop. Like, it's still something coming full circle. And it's because of one thing that led to the person doing the next thing, that led to the person doing the next thing to get it back to that starting point. And that's very much what John Locke's compass was. It was given to one person to show when John Locke was little, then when he got back to it followed the loop that needed to be followed. And I think that's what Tabitha's bracelet's going to do.
Mm-hmm.
We just don't know what's the start. Did Tabitha make that bracelet because she saw it somewhere? Because when she was younger, somebody had it. And if we're going the she's Eloise route, and so I don't know. And that's another question I want to ask. Do you think that theory of Tabitha being Eloise is going to happen?
I'm still not on board with it yet. I mean, possibility. I don't see it as it's not a strong possibility for me yet, but it's still a possibility. I still think that Eloise is out there somewhere and From. I don't know where. I'm hoping she's not been taken like they're trying to take Ethan and Christopher took her somewhere. Is she what if she was in the fucking caves in one of those children made prisons?
That would be awful. What about you, Cloud? You think Tabitha's Eloise?
I knew you were going to ask me the tough questions tonight. I feel like I don't like the idea of that kind of like reincarnated, or somebody coming back as in the spirit of someone that lived prior, for a few different reasons. But I just, in general, I don't like the theory. I would like to think that they are their own characters and they have their own motivations for doing things.
Mm-hmm.
It would help if they gave us a little bit more exposition, but in the long run, I think no. And the things that they do have in common, the things that we are kind of identifying as patterns and cycles, I think that those things will be revealed. And it will play on this idea of the chosen. Is Tabitha chosen the same way Miranda was chosen? I do believe that now that they were. For what purpose? Not sure. They have some quality that could help restore balance to Fromville. I don't think everything that exists in Fromville is pure evil. I do distinguish between the Ankui, the boy in white, the monsters, the voice. These are separate entities in my mind. So they play on the different characters for different reasons.
Okay, I got one for you. What if the reason why Tabitha left was to, and I kind of said this way back when, that I thought the boy in white had pushed her out to get rid of her to get to Ethan, because Sarah did a similar thing where she's like, I'm sorry, we got to do this, pushed her in there and went to go take Ethan. And the only reason that she came back, and maybe not the only reason, but one of the reasons that's possibly that she came back was so that they could get Ethan again. Because what did the phone call tell him to do? It was trying to get Ethan that whole time.
Trying to get him out of the house.
And so what if they were trying to get Ethan, like Ethan tried to run away, right? After Tabitha left. T and Chen got him. what happened. Tian Chen died.
Oh, shut your face, Scarlett.
I'm just saying, I ain't saying it's true. I'm just saying, so following the track of trying to get to Ethan, who is being taken or removed in order to get to him,
Shut
would
your
Julie
face,
be?
But
Scarlett.
They're trying to get rid of Jim too, in a way.
there were so many instances to get to Ethan before the phone call. You know, Jim was kind of just, you know, they were on a really loose leash. They were just coming and going as they pleased. And
At night?
Not necessarily at night, but I don't
That's
think.
what I'm saying. How would they get to him during the day? Most of the stuff that would be sort of grabbing would be at night. The cicadas didn't touch him. They weren't able to get to him.
You think this is flyover from like season 1, like when Sarah was going for him? Like,
that's what I'm saying. Sarah went for him a similar way, even pushed Tabitha into the barn and trapped her to get so that she could get to him.
so that she
Boy
could get
in
to him.
White pushed her out to get her away from. I'm just saying, just theoretically, or just kind of throw it out there. Would he push out to get rid of Tabitha in order to make it easier to get to Ethan? Because Jim's, most of us think Jim's a shitty ass parent. Not that I'm saying he is a shitty ass parent, but most people are all like, you know, Jim, he's not watching him. He's half ass paying attention to him. And this voice is constantly kind of like, whether it's the radio or whatever, they're kind of almost sarcastically telling him shit like, oh, your wife shouldn't be digging down there, Jim. Or, you know, maybe your kids shouldn't be playing out at night so close to dark or whatever. He said, you know, like maybe you should go get your kids or whatever because they shouldn't be playing out so close to dark. Next phone call, Ethan, hey, why don't you go be brave and save your mom at night? She's coming in on an ambulance. It was a planned ambulance. Why? We're all like, why? Is it just for Victor's, like, for Victor's dad? Okay, that is a plus. But what else is it about her coming into town the way she did?
When the phone call came through and Ethan picked up, I honestly felt like it was just a call of opportunity. You know, let me mess with somebody else in the family. Let me try to pick on Ethan. I know his spirits are already down. I know he's not expecting much. Let me manipulate him as much as I can. I don't feel like, you know, the target has been on him since season 1. It was on him. There's no mistaking that. But I feel like the target moves from person to person. And so now it just kind of, they locked in on Ethan again.
Well, they're
But
trying to take children. They took Eloise, possibly. So what if Ethan is the next to be taken? The boy said they're not his kids anymore. Julie's essentially been taken.
In what way?
She was
Explain
taken by
Julie.
the cicadas. She was taken. I said essentially taken, as in like her mind was taken, and she's even stated that she's worried that this place is in her mind now, like in her brain, like fucking with her, like it's essentially now got her. I believe that was not this episode, but the prior one. Was that the one with T and Chin? They were doing the funeral.
Episode
talking
3.
to Sarah.
No, wait. Episode 2 is they did the funeral the same episode as when the morning of her death. I think of the 3, Randall, Julie, and Mari. I think we said that Mari was like the most suspicious after having the cicadas cleared or after having come out of that trance-like state. Julie was upset and didn't want to talk to Jim about it. I give her that. She doesn't trust Jim enough to open up and be vulnerable. But we also haven't seen like a particular. We also haven't seen them come after her either. Randall is getting the cicada, you know, hallucinations in the daytime, at night.
Mm-hmm.
He's being psychically attacked.
Mm-hmm. That's what we don't know of yet with the other 2.
Yeah, we don't know.
We don't know if it's going to attack them or not yet.
talking about like feeling like this place has already got you. I feel like Randall holds that crown. But hopefully they'll reveal something of the other two ladies.
Well, it's just essentially the way that, oh my god, I'm trying to remember her name now. I just lost it. Julie said, to Sarah, and I cannot remember verbatim, but I didn't remember her saying something like, she was worried that this place is in her head, and that she was going to do something, and then she stopped, and Sarah said like me or something like that. That gave me almost like a foreshadowing. And then on top of the phone call saying that these are not your kids anymore, it's almost like foreshadowing that they're going to take these children. Now, I don't know if that's true. That's just the way I'm reading, sort of the way the show is kind of laid stuff out. And that's, again, we've seen the other kids, so I know it's speculatory that kids are taken in this place. It's possible. And Ethan has definitely been on this quote-unquote mission. Victor handpicked him almost, gave him his staff and his jacket. He was supposed to, and then the way the phone call did that to Ethan, it played on that exact notion of him being brave, like a hero to go save his mom, just like out of a story. It was playing that so beautifully.
But now that Tabitha is back, you don't think that restores balance to that family? You don't think that kind of naturally brings them back together closer again? Harder to get to because they're not alienated?
It would if the trailer didn't show her seemingly going right back out to the tree.
I need to rewatch that trailer.
I said that too. I was like, when she first, because it was bothering me. When she came back, it bothered me so bad because I'm like, they had set Ethan up for a major downfall. He was already like going down. He's looking at the gun sideways, like he's going dark. I even think I like related him to like a psycho kid off Evil, because I was like, this kid going full psycho crazy. Like it's just about to happen. And then they brought Tabitha back, and I'm like, what was the purpose of that? Like, why? That's just going to put them right back to where now what Ethan was thinking is like, oh, mom can come back. I'm going to be right back into a fairy tale. Well, they did. They made him think mom's coming back. There's hope. And what did he do? He ran his little ass, forgot all the fucking protocol. He don't really know protocol, but he didn't really care. He just ran his ass right outside that door, right into danger, which was weird because the monsters weren't there necessarily to grab him right then and there. So I'm saying it was weird. He ran outside the door. The voice wanted him to go outside to save his mom, not as if he could actually do anything to save her. Jim was going to go out there anyways. Jim's always running after Tabitha, wanting to know where the hell she's at. So if this place knows everything, it would know Jim, and then we're going to go after her, especially if he heard that phone call. They're going to know that he's going to go out after Tabitha. So what was it about Ethan? I'm so stuck on Ethan because nothing about the way Tabitha came back, the phone calls, and Ethan are making sense unless there's something else behind it. Okay, I don't know. I'm hung up on it.
No, I could see that though. I could definitely see that though. But I'm just trying to figure out, like, do they want him to make him another Aunt Cooey kid? Or do they want him to make him another, like, boy in white type of entity?
I don't know yet. I need more pieces. I'm over here. I'm Jade trying to.
Like, what do they want him for? I guess is what I'm curious.
That's what I want to know too.
Because then why not Victor? Like, if the boy in white wanted to get rid of Tabitha for Ethan, he had Victor in that moment, and he didn't take Victor. So is Victor not the right?
Well, if you think back, remember Victor got scared because they got lost. He said something along the lines, "This is not like almost as if," I forgot how he said it, but it made it out like the boy in white had lied to him because he couldn't find his way back out. He was like, "No, there's something's wrong. This isn't right." And Tabitha is the one that found their way out. Wonder why they would be trapped down under in the caves both Victor and Tabitha. What wanted them to be taken out? Tabitha found the way out through because she followed the water, not because of the boy in white. Boy in white, yes, I give you, he sent Victor down there to find Tabitha. Then the boy in white supposedly told Victor where to go, right, to get out.
True. Damn it.
Same thing I could say with the boy in white with Sarah and Boyd. Got Sarah to safety. Boyd right to the cicadas, which led it right back to the town.
Damn this show.
Now, there's a purpose, I give you that, and the boy in white could still be a Jacob type where the means, the ends justify the means. I don't know what that is. So evil is sort of a loose term because you already know how I feel about Jacob. I 100% always said that Jacob in Lost, I never thought he was necessarily good. He did what he thought he had to do. And even when you look back at his backstory, he didn't even want the position. It was sort of forced onto him, the person who she wanted to have, or no, he got it as secondary, right? The person that she wanted to have it was the dark one. He didn't want it. He wanted to leave, so it was sort of given to Jacob. It was like a weird, like they weren't even really supposed to be, like they were taken to begin with. They were two children who were taken, right? Their mother was killed by the fake mother. They were taken and sort of given their roles, so to speak. And neither one of them, I think, really wanted it. And they weren't good or evil. They were kind of put into good or evil and giving a title. And even that was loosely
I can agree
given.
with you with that. Yes, definitely.
And so I see the boy in white could be a similar stance. He's trapped here the same as everybody else. He was forced into a position that he has a duty to serve. He's going to do what he's got to do. Now, what is that end goal? I have no idea. But it doesn't sound like he's actually helping these people as much as he appears to be.
Dre is asking if you could pull up the cave drawings. I don't know if you have them.
Let's see. Give me just a second and I will. I'm sure I have a image of the cave drawings. I don't know how good of an image it is, but I know I have one.
Well, you do that. Let's see what everybody's saying. Where did we leave off? Okay. Let's see. Dre says, I think the boy in white had really manipulated child Victor. Could be. I don't know where to place the boy in white as of yet. And then the Grumbledore says, if Tabitha was one of the chosen, it would make sense the entity would find a way to bring Tabitha into the town, to create a series of events that would lead them to the town. Let's see. Also says, starting with the phone call that caused them to get distracted and Thomas to roll off the table. Oh, I see what you're saying. So you think it also started outside of Fromville to get them to From in a different way than it did to Miranda. Like how she started to see the visions. You think all that kind of set them on the path to get to Fromville? That's interesting.
Well, then that would make sense of the phone call of Thomas a little bit, because if From claimed that life, could it claim a life outside of From? Does it have to just be in From for them to claim that soul and therefore use it? The same way we see Abby, Thomas, Father Cautry, or any of the other sort of dead spirit weird phenomenons that they got going on.
True. But then here's a question for you. Do you think the boy in white is an entity from this place? Or do you think the boy in white was once a child in one of the quote unquote, let's say, cycles?
I think he's bigger than that. Like, because the 7 seems separate from him. He almost used them in a mocking way or to trick Tabitha into going up there. They seem separate. but I'm not 100% sure on that.
What about you, Cloud? You think the boy in white is an entity from this place, or was once a child turned into whatever he is?
The latter. If you look at his clothing, his haircut, looks like a little kid walking down the street to the local diner or something like that. Like he could have been there since the 50s or so. I definitely don't think he originated or was created by From. I think he was a consequence of having been claimed from Fromville, and now he's communicating in a way that he knows how, or in a way that bigger forces allow him to the extent that they allow him to communicate with people who are still alive. And Victor described him as a friend. So I'm going to give him that benefit until Victor says otherwise, because he's been with him the longest.
Okay. What about you guys, chat? You think the boy in white is like an entity from this place? Or do you think that he was a child in one of the previous cycles or dates, and he was then turned into whatever he is now? Because I personally think that he is an entity from this place. I don't think that he was once a child. I think he is an entity who that's the form he's taking. Because think about it. What would you be more easy to, I don't know, take it, a child or a fucking adult who's kind of like stalking you? You see a child, you might be more susceptible to talking to it, interacting with it, getting close to it, because you're not going to fear a child like you would had the boy in white taken the form of some kind of adult. You might be a little more standoffish. You see a child, you're going to think, oh, innocent in a way. So that form might just be how he's able to get closer to people.
But
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Just real quick. But that isn't the form that the Ankui kids took. So if we're attributing the boy in white to be a creation of Fromville, then why not the Ankui kids? And if they're both products of Fromville, why do they take such very different forms and the way they choose to communicate? The boy in white says very little, but he does speak. The Ankui kids, their speech cannot be discerned, and they more so frighten their subject rather than help them. I'll stop there.
The Ankui kids seem I'm sorry, the Ankui kids seem more now like a ghost echo, similar to what Jade sees. The boy in white seems to be more entity-like, or like I said, like Jacob. Jacob was actually physically there on the island, although he had powers through the island. Whereas visions and stuff possibly seen may not have been. Those were just things that were. I'm trying to remember what visions were seen in Lost. Even when you seen, what was it? Oh my god, I'm forgetting the names and I'm gonna mess them up so bad. Was it not Walter? What was the boy's name on Lost?
Which boy?
It wasn't Walter. It was was his name Walter? Damn it. The one that gets taken, Boyd's son in Lost. Walt. Thank you. See, the chat knew who I was talking about. Yes, Walt. When they see him, that one's sort of like a weird psychic vision, even though he's still alive. And I'm trying to remember, did they see any other visions of past people? It's been a minute since I watched. And Dana's the more expert on Lost than I am, hands down. She got the encyclopedia. I'm trying to remember if they had any other visions. Dana, was there visions in Lost that were like people?
Other than Walt seeing visions, Yes.
And those
Desmond,
were they were the dead people. That's right. They did see dead people. That's right.
yes, and Desmond saw visions at one point. Locke saw visions at one point.
And
There's a
some of
few
those
people.
were some of those were like visions of like time travel-y stuff or stuff that could possibly happen. And some I think were of actual like dead people, right? I know the one
Yes.
that he
Hurley saw dead
Hurley,
people,
yes.
but yes.
So you would have the difference would be then the Kui kids or sort of those kind of visions of the dead, and the boy in white is a Jacob's. I say Jacob loosely, like entity, like original person. Jacob was originally human. He gained power through the island. So the boy in
Yes.
white could have originally been human, and through something became the boy in white as we know him now.
That's a possibility. Yes. To where Jacob was the protector of the island, the boy in white could be the protector of From.
Which means he could be bad in a sense, because if this is an
Yes.
evil place, and again, they're loose terms when I say good and evil with this stuff, because they're very loose. But
Yes. I'm
and I
sorry.
like what
I'm trying to find to see if I have better images, Grumbledore. He's asking for the different cave paintings, and I'm
and I had where was it? I had somebody up there here.
nope. I know there's somewhere in here.
No, I'm saying I had a comment. Dre says, I think the White House in the woods with the red people on the bottom are the cabins and the totems. And yes, I could see what you're saying. This over here, this could be the cabins. This very well could be. With all the symbols and the one little shack, then this would be the hut, right? This would be about right where the hut would be, the talisman hut. Because they say they get to the talisman hut, right? In order to, and then you get to the cabins.
Yes.
Can you zoom in on that, Scarlett? Can you zoom in on the house and the supposed totems?
Yeah, hang on. I got like 20 things. Wait, wrong one. Hang on. I pulled up the wrong image. If I go in two more, you might not be able to see it. Is that good? Okay, I'll just see if you can still see it. Sorry. I can go further. You want me to go more?
Actually, this looks good right here. There's a few different shapes. We see the White House clearly, and then we see what could be trees or what could be totems. Now, Dre is saying that the red people looking things are the totems. Is that correct?
Let's see. I think the White House in the woods with the red people on the bottom are the cabins and the totems. Possibly. I'm taking it as if not the I'm assuming then because there's like a set of red people. And I don't know if they're all together, if the top are the same as the bottom. Because this image, I don't have a better image of it. I try to look throughout, and it's possible I have one buried somewhere. But the other image I have is actually worse than this one in a sense because it's only when I'm sorry, when Victor's in the caves with her, and it's actually not even it'll show a little bit of the other side of it, but it still doesn't show the whole thing. I know there was an image somewhere out there that showed the whole cave drawings better. It was like a production image, I think.
If you take episode 3 and you try to match up everything we saw in that episode with what this image shows us, we can match the cabin to the White House. We can match the totems to, I think, those black structures that we see with the perpendicular lines. But these red, down there. But those red people, I think they're more consistent with the Bloody Rock, Jade's hallucination, and
Scarlett, I just sent you some images.
And the bear trap, if anything, than the totems. I think those people in red may signify sacrificed people, dead people, or something else in the forest.
Which part did Grumbledore? Which part were you wanting to look at on it?
Yep, I just sent you all the cave painting images I have.
I was trying to see if there, because I'm gonna try to.
No, I'm just saying. That's all I got.
Let's see which ones he may need that way, because I have to try to get them loaded into the file folder.
Nope, that's fine. I'm just saying I'm tapped out after that. That's all I got.
No, but I see what you're saying, man, because like I said, this to me right here would be the hut that they talk about. They got the talismans. This little black whatever that little shape is. Because that would be about right between, if this is the cabin, then that would be the talisman hut. And then it is possible that the 7 stones, which we don't know, actually, these 7 stones could be somewhere near the new cabins, but I think it is possibly out there in that field by the town where Father Kotri buried his.
So do you think the 7 Ankui kids came from the cycle of when it was at the cabins?
No, I think the Ankui kids came when the town became a town. I think they were at the colony house. Because they seem to be playing on also the not the merry-go-round, the thing, is it a whatever thing that the boy in white is spinning around on.
Scarlett, I sent you the picture Grumbledore it was telling you about.
All right.
I think he marked it up in nice little markers.
Okay. But you know the thing that the boy in white was spinning on, the toy outside of the Matthews house?
Oh, the merry-go-round?
Yeah. Is that the merry-go-round? Okay. Because I think of merry-go-round, I'm thinking of something different. But yeah, that the kids are shown in one of the images now that Miranda has painted, or at least children that look like some of the 7 were playing on that. So It makes me think they came during the colony house, and that colony house is a lot older than we think.
Well, we do see an overturned bus in the town.
Mm-hmm.
So that always made me think if there were children on that bus. Because there is a rundown older school bus.
Mm-hmm.
And it would match up the type of children in the era that they showed on that merry-go-round in Miranda's basement.
Mm-hmm. I'm almost there. I'm sorry. I'm saving it, trying to get it in the right little folder.
Because, yeah, those Ankui kids throw me off.
Yeah, it's really hard to figure out where they place themselves in the entirety of everything.
Because did they all come from the same time? Are they like...
They all appear to be about the same age.
Over time.
Mm.
And every child who they collect at this point on, they make into one of those. Because, yes, we saw 7 Ankui kids on the stone slabs, but we saw 1 child in that cage. So that makes 8. We only saw 7 Ankui kids on the slabs. We don't know how many children there actually are. Because why show us that extra lone kid stuck in the cage?
It sounds so sacrificial. The kid stuck in the cage was waiting to be sacrificed.
Exactly. Like, is it in the process of becoming an Ankui kid? And that's just what they are until they, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that child in the cage was not one of the Ankui kids we saw on the slab.
Well, the way, even on here, all right, the way they're set up, they 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stones facing up at the symbol the same way the kids were looking up at the symbol. And those kids, when they're looking up at the symbol, that stage of them is not quite as. It's almost as if that was before they died. And maybe what we see, I don't know, it's weird because when you see them on the slabs compared to in the little cave prison, they're creepier to me in the prison. They're more like
Feral.
Yeah. The other kids seem more ghost-like when they're in the other, like they were changing. They also have this weird yellowish green moss almost like growing on parts of their face when they're on the slabs. We see that same green moss throughout the entire, not talking about just like this normal moss. There's this particular yellowish green tint moss that's on the houses, even in the town. It's on the roofs. It's on the cabins. People made note of it when they were looking at season 3 images, in the trailers when they were first coming out. Like, what is this yellow stuff? Is that more bile? No, it's this moss. This moss is growing everywhere in this particular color.
Could the kid in the cage be a failed Ankui kid?
Possibly.
Mm.
And because it became more monster-like than Ankui kid-like, it got locked up?
It's possible. But yes, underneath here, this one of the things that Romano was pointing out is that weird sort of red symbol that's, and it, to me, I always thought it had like the 2 F symbols on it and then 2 rings. He's saying it's almost like the sun and moon symbol on it, and it could be. Let's see, where was it? I just passed it. I seen the comment. I was going to highlight it again. Yeah, there it is. You zoom in where it says unknown entrance. It's red sun and moon symbols.
It's how the creatures get in and out. Oh. Makes sense.
Let's see. Traces the F with the extra line appears a lot on the cave. It's in the water around the boats next to the crows. Looks similar to the symbol around cabin as well. Let's see. So, got this one here. And then I think there was another one over here by these crows, maybe, or it's this one down here by these crows. There it is. Again, we get 2 separate birds too. Why are some birds painted black and some painted white? Was it because they was running out of paint and they just needed to, contrast color?
Or how about this? Where did they get the paint to begin with?
Well, where, you know what, Dana, with all the shit they got down there, the paint is that's what you're asking about?
I don't know.
I got a damn grandfather clock down there, a bicycle, a tricycle, a fucking bird cage, luggage. I got everything down there.
Just figured I'd ask. No, but that's what I'm saying. You could study these like images over and over again and see something different every single time.
Now, I like this. The girl says the people in red are the creatures and people in white are humans. I actually like that. So what about the white birds we have up here at the top around what I think is the talisman hut, as opposed to these black sort of looking birds next to the F symbol? What is the difference in them? I'm interested because I like that. I like how you differentiated the humans and the monsters. I'm curious. Is this like there's 2 factions of crows? Like, do we have 2 factions?
We saw the crows in the earlier episodes, but did we see white birds? Did we see doves? Did we see?
Not that I'm aware. That's why I was like, why are they white? Like, is it like a different kind of crow or something?
And we're sure they're birds.
No.
Scarlett said no. She said, "Nope, we are not." I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting, guys. I don't know where the fuck this show's gonna go this season.
Go back to the symbols. Go back to Jade's notebook. Go back to, the caves. Go back to basics. That's my preference.
Yeah.
Just like, can we really have to bring this up? How did nobody see that fucking map in the Pete's truck?
Because
Can
again, I'm
somebody
starting to believe that's for
please
us as fans. But then again, we'll see.
Okay, all right,
But then again, we'll see Henry's in town. Maybe he'll go and be like, "Oh, I remember Miranda did this before she left. She took it with her." Don't be fucking surprised when this. Don't be surprised when Henry starts divulging more shit. Oh, I remember.
so you think Henry was in here with her?
No, I think that she did that Peach Truck map before she got into From. And now she may have added to it after she got there. But I think she started that before she left.
Oh, I brought a piece of it with her?
Like, unintentionally, like she had it on her. I'm thinking this chick was going crazy a little bit. Not like psycho crazy, but she's having visions. She's doing all these paintings. She made the bottle tree. She had the bracelet. I'm just thinking she started crafting things, right? Maybe she started drawing out a map of the things she saw. She just happened to have it in her pocket. Maybe that's the item that took her to From. I don't know. I'm throwing a lot of ifs and maybes out there. I'm Jade. Remember, Dana, when I first came into this, I loved the statement, and I'll always love it from Jade. We're just sitting here throwing darts. I can't see where I'm throwing them. Nope, don't know. Just throwing them. Don't even know if I'm even throwing them in the right fucking direction. I could just throw them. I could be in a bar and throwing them, and supposed to be throwing them at the thing, but nope, I'm just like throwing them right outside the window. I can't see. I'm blind. I don't know. They didn't give us the glasses, but they gave us a lot of blurry shit. So I throw a lot of maybes out there.
And that's what this show's going to do.
I'd like to think we're in the kitchen, if not standing right over the stove. We're still pretty warm. The show has to follow certain rules of logic. It can't be, all the way out there. Mm-hmm. It has to make sense to keep people engaged. I think the theories that we've thrown around in this room and other chats like Jeremy's and in the Discord, one of them is going to stick to the wall. One of those darts are going to stick, and we'll follow that path.
I hope so. Man, they playing with me so hard on some of this stuff. I'm like, playing with us all. Like, ooh, okay, mm-hmm. This makes sense. Okay, whoa, that don't make no damn sense. Where does that fit? Because I hate it because they're giving us pieces like of a puzzle. They're both got red on them, but I can't tell if it's a red jacket or like a red shoe or is this a hat? I don't know. It's just, is it a red flower? Because I got flowers over here and I got people wearing like, fall red coats. I don't know where this red piece goes. And it's like a 6,000 piece puzzle. So that one red piece fits somewhere in tiniest little spot. We got to get the other pieces figured out first. And then you'll know which side it goes on. You'll know if the boy in white was good or bad. Or where he fits. I'm telling you, there's a mole, it's a boy in white. I don't like him. Don't trust him. I'm like, what was it? How Victor was like, look it up. I don't trust him. I don't like him. He's bad. He's not good.
Ladies, it is just past my bedtime here, so I am going to say goodnight first.
We are going to be probably closing it out soon ourselves.
But thank you for entertaining me. I appreciate you. Thank you for letting me come aboard and spit my crazy theories.
Absolutely, anytime.
Oh yeah.
Are we doing a scary movie this week, or are we meeting it just again Saturday night, Sunday morning?
Friday I'm doing probably more From. I don't have a movie night set up for this week.
Okay.
I'm wanting to get the trailer and for the next episode and make sure I got some. If not, at least have the trailers because I can bring it up like this and just scroll through it, so that we can kind of get into the next episode a little bit.
You're more than welcome to join us Friday if you'd like.
Yes,
Absolutely. I'll definitely be there. Thank you. Y'all
You're
have a good
welcome.
night.
You too.
you too, hun. And as we get ready to sign it off, and you have a great night. I'm just gonna replay the part of the song that we have so far, and then we will close it down for the night, guys. So here we go. This is what we got so far, and we'll continue working on it a little bit more Friday. I'll try to work on it some more tomorrow, so I'll have a little bit more done. We'll see where we're at.
When boy is in town, there ain't no fooling around. Only rule is me, they don't die tonight. Guess boy just got back to town. Since he been back, food been rotting in the ground. Where the heck boy gone to? You'll know when he get back, or something else will end up bad too. The Lord is back in town. Come out and play, don't get led astray. I'd happily walk into the night to find my ghost wife in white. The Lord is back again. The Lord is back again. A pool with no motel is like a boat without a sail. You can't break me. 3:30 in the morning, not a soul in sight. Monsters knocking on my door every night. When the bell starts ringing, be ready for the pain he's bringing. He wants to get home in his boat. If you get in his way, he'll cut your throat. Come out and play, don't get led astray. I'd happily walk into the night to find my ghost wife in white. The boy is back again. Come out and play, don't get led astray. I'd happily walk into the night to find my ghost wife in white. The boy is back again. The boy is back again. The boy is back again. A pool.
All right, guys. So that is where we are with it. And until next time, Friday night, or actually tomorrow night, we will be doing some D&D on your channel, right, Dana?
Oh, yes. Tomorrow night we have Dungeons and Dragons. You are right.
I totally forgot.
I know. Me too.
Dana's like, dang it, Scarlett, you didn't have to say anything. No, I'm just kidding.
Nope. It's told you I'm on a lot of cough medicine.
Mm-hmm. But thank you all for joining us tonight. And we will see you all tomorrow for some D&D on Dana's, and then Friday and Saturday night for some From action leading into this week's episode. Yeah, it's weird because it comes out. Either way, it's late. We're losing steam, so we were gonna close it down. Thank you all again for hanging with us, and we will see you all next time, guys. Have a great night.
Paint me a scene, city in color, the way that you see, the way you see it. Don't you wish that I could give you, I could give you everything. 1, 2, 3, and my heart is racing. Can't fall asleep, I got my mind in a throw. Weightless, floating through the day. Trust that I'll be okay. I'm happy alone, but I let it go. Waiting for you. Wait until you realize. Waiting for you. run around this world all day with you. I could show you this world around you. Through my eyes, my whole view. The place I love, the place I cling to, cling to, place I cling to, cling to, cling to. Waiting for you